So
I'm trying to get freaking medicated over here.
You need to get an IV if you're sick. Otherwise,
well, I'm not. I feel like I'm not sick anymore. I'm just the cough and the mucus.
Ew. Welcome back to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. It is New Comic Book Day. On tonight's episode, Warner Brothers and Discovery are having the second biggest breakup during Pride Month. The Switch 2 breaks records, and Superman has an early screening for Prime fans. Welcome to Airstrip 1, Oceana. We're talking George Orwell's 1984, adapted by Fido Nesti. So stick around because your fandom awaits. Of God, fantasies. Welcome back to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, if you can find it. My name is Pablo Romero Estevez. It is Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day. This is probably going to be the most. We don't get political on this podcast. We're not. We try to actually intentionally distract people and give you fun things to take your mind off of reality, out of the world, give you some sense of escapism. But if I don't think anything that we're going to talk about tonight is political, everything, in my opinion, at this moment is humanitarian. But we are probably going to be talking about a lot of it. And if it costs us, people, viewers, whatever it may be, I don't give a fuck.
Good riddance.
So, I will let you guys know we're gonna tap into a lot of different things on tonight's episode. We're still gonna do what we do every Wednesday because it's what we have to do in order to stay as sane as possible during crazy times. 2 weeks in a row that I am rocking a sleeveless shirt because it is summer and it is hot. And
there's AC in here.
There is AC. We did get a nice little upgrade. I don't know if Ty, you can even notice behind Ty. It's fine. We'll get to that. But this is your first time joining us. We are the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, a place where we think all the deep thoughts about all the shallow things. We take the weekly geeky zeitgeist and make it accessible and digestible. We'll deep dive into the latest movies, TVs, gamings, comics, or whatever weird thing that the internet is fighting about now, and nerd-splain it. No nerdy background necessary to hang out. Whether you're a total newbie or a level 99 pop culture wizard, myself and my panel of nerd-splainers have a PhD in pop culture in order to be your geeky guide to discovering what kind of nerd you really are. So welcome to the gateway to all things nerdy, no gatekeeping allowed. Welcome to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. This week, my pop culture senseis, my prophets of pop culture media, my blockbuster brainiacs, streamer supremes, geeky aficionados, Nerdcast Council, making her triumphant return back into the Deeper Issues Nerdcast cave here. Last year, she was a don'ty. Last week, she was a don'ty. She was under the weather. This week, she is back, and she is once again a Diddy. Liv, Diddy, Julian King. All right, settle down, everyone.
Calm down.
They're
I
just
still
really
feel.
happy to be back.
I feel like a donkey still, but
Pup say put on some sleeves. I can't handle the raw sexual energy. Thank you.
Katie, Beignet is not on my lap. He's ignoring me. He's mad at me.
Benny B has become he's a scene stealer now. He's definitely part of this podcast now.
Yes.
Old Benny Beignet. He'll be around. He'll pop back in. To my right, the right hand here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man with the branding power behind him.
Damn.
Oh yeah, right.
You're so well lit. You're almost too well lit.
He's talking to the sign, not me.
Do we kill a light on you right now?
Do it.
Because I feel like you're so well lit.
I think you should.
Hold on.
Do it.
Blasted with
let's
light.
see how you look. You're blasted. How do you look without that light? Are you all
better?
Rembrandt and shit?
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Keep me in the dark. You know what? Just move my camera so it's that.
No.
Shut
I can't remember the company that made that sign.
Wow.
Otherwise, I would shout that out.
Just got it.
I'm worried about
told me
you.
when I asked you when I came in here.
You did totally ask me. Hold on, let's see.
I asked him. I was like, "Oh, cool. Who made this?" And he told me with confidence.
No, I didn't.
What?
I didn't.
Did you send away for it or something? Or like Or did a friend make it?
No,
You don't
it was
remember
not.
your
It was not a
friend?
friend or a small company. I got Orient Neon. Shout out to Orient
Oh,
Neon.
and then they just do it?
Yeah. Did you forget the watch? Is that
No, I couldn't. I checked every drawer.
okay? It's
And I
fine.
didn't
No,
want to get into all y'all's drawers.
no,
Yeah.
no. It's in the
Yeah.
drawer in that closet.
Don't
Anyways,
make them look for it. Why
no,
do you
don't
need
worry.
a
I'm just
watch?
kidding. Stop. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry.
Also, I would have never been able to find that.
tie photography, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
We got a lot of things happening here in the studio right now.
Fans are freaking out.
Beer guy Ty back in the building.
This is a Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
Pablo, I stole it from you. Sorry. It's got it had a velociraptor on it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all Jurassic Park. I love that,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, me too.
I was pretty stoked about that because I
Taking
drink
the
those zero sugar Dr. Peppers. It's like my preferred zero sugar beverage.
Oh.
And
how much sugar
Yeah.
does White Claw have in them?
also shout out to Katie Herman recognizing that the Skulls is playing behind us, by the way.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We had to decide exactly what to play in the background. I'm like, I don't want to get pulled, so we try not to like put a bunch of attention on what's happening in the background. Beer guy Ty.
Oh yeah.
But yes, that is the Skulls playing behind
That's
us.
sick. Dude. Katie's
Yeah,
a real one.
Katie's a real one.
I didn't think anybody was gonna get that movie. Yeah, the Skulls from what was it? 2000.
I'll tell Tommy Jeff to buy you a coffee.
No Tommy Jeff today.
Yeah.
We do have a secret producer in the background. Tommy Jeff was a little under the weather, but he's gonna be at our event
This
on
Friday.
This Friday, yeah, absolutely. If you don't know about that event, if you are in the greater Los Angeles area, you should know about it. We do have a really cool up and coming event at Que Sera in Long Beach. Alfred Banks from Saks Kicks Avenue, Nathan Haskell, the Lomita legend. Allison Teagues is going to be there doing some live art, like a live art exhibit situation. And we're going to be giving away some comic books, which I will announce exactly what we are giving away here momentarily. I'll do it in today's haul segment, I guess.
There you go.
Do I do it at the end of the show or do I do it?
Well, I was
I
gonna post the flyers, but I gotta send it to
You got a flyer? You can, yeah. All right.
I gotta send
Yeah.
it to myself.
Yeah. Okay. We'll announce it in news and stuff.
And I'll be there.
Diddy will be
drinking.
there
Drinking.
drinking.
I'm just kidding. I'll be doing
better
something.
be.
She's gonna be the master of ceremonies.
Dang.
It probably the MC. She's gonna.
So I will be drinking.
Diddy might be freestyling on this one.
I swear to God. I'm gonna
Um,
not be going up there
but
calling
yeah.
me P. Diddy.
Que Sera in Long Beach. No, it's just Diddy now. Que Sera in Long Beach. Sorry, doors open at 9. Show starts
$12.
at 10. We will be giving away free stuff. We will be raffling something off. I'll be honest. Look, this was a tough day, I feel like, to have a show. And even before the episode, I was telling Ty, I'm like, I'm having such a hard time finding like pop culture news. But one of the raffles that I will be having, whatever we get from that raffle, I will be donating to ACLU, who is helping with like immigration lawyers and people who are migrants here. I'll just, whatever we get off of that, which is probably one of the biggest comics we're going to give away. I don't need that money. We're going to give that away. Okay. Your Ty's pulling up the image here, which is why I got all little.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, loading.
Calm down. Everyone can still see your sleeveless
I know,
shirt.
geez,
Can
yeah.
you guys see? What's my
Can you
arms?
guys
Look
see
pretty
my
good over
arms
here.
today?
It's fine. We'll get that image up in news and stuff. Just right. But before we dive into all that, this is a show about learning. We do learn stuff. I don't know. Do we go into?
Yeah, no, I just vlogged. I didn't really learn a lot besides the things that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, you.
But I
learned
didn't
some stuff
learn
this week.
that either. I've already known that, but
We learned a lot of stuff this week, actually.
mhm.
This is probably gonna. I guess let's do it slightly different. Johnny California in the chat. Slightly different. A lot of chaos. We are in Southern California. We're located in Orange County, about 25 miles south of some of the protests happening in downtown LA. A lot of people just assume that's all over Los Angeles, but Los Angeles County is huge, right? A. B. Don't believe everything you are reading in the news about what's happening in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, Orange County. There's a lot of peaceful, wonderful things, people vocalizing their voices. There's also a lot of terrible things happening. No control over the terrible things that are happening because, the federal government is stepping in. I guess I'll start with what I learned this week.
There you go.
So this is a little segment we like to call, What Did We Learn This Week? I learned a few things, but I guess this is more, I don't know if this is just like a soapbox thing that I have.
Soapbox, baby. You've got a camera in front of you. You got a light on you. We're live.
I'm having a hard time, I guess, pulling oh, there we go. We've all seen this flag, right? We know what this flag, most of the times with this, we've recently probably associated this flag with a lot of protests that are not really for the cause of what the protests are happening now. This is what's called the Gadsden flag. Now, Gadsden was a revolutionary. This is a little bit about what I learned here. He was a revolutionary who came up with this. He was a Carolinian who came up with this during the American Revolution. Not a perfect human, slave owner, not a great, obviously but he was a revolutionary. And more than the person behind the flag, the meaning of this flag was, and the fact that he was a South Carolinian, the meaning of the flag, he did see a lot of rattlesnakes. And the reason why the rattlesnakes is on this Gadsden flag that says, "Don't tread on me," as in don't step on me, is that the rattlesnake is a creature that wasn't naturally aggressive. It's a defensive creature. And it warns you before it attacks. It gives you a very clear, concise warning to not be stepped on by its rattle, right? And that was kind of the thought process behind the Gadsden flag, was when this creature warns you to not be stepped on, its attack, its next strike is a lethal one. If not that you'd ever want to get bitten by a rattlesnake, but it could be a lethal one. And it will attack back with force and is not afraid to attack, right? And that flag, as of late, has probably has been associated a lot with like right-wing gun people, people fighting for gun rights. And
I would say decades that it's been used as a right wing.
Has it been like that for decades?
Yeah.
I guess so. Now that I think about it, because fuck, I'm old. Because I guess the first time this really started being used was by the Tea Party movement.
Yeah.
The Tea Party movement, by the way, that is named itself after a movement within the American Revolution.
Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, of the Tea Party, of people that were upset that they were getting taxed unnecessarily.
Period.
What's another word for a tax that we kind of throw around a lot these days? A tariff. They didn't like getting tariffed. So this Tea Party movement, where the fuck are these people right now? Where are these Gadsden flag, don't tread on me, government overreach folks at right now in this instance?
Because it was never about that.
If this is your fucking time to shine. This is your time, right? Don't tread on me. The reason why it's there is because it interferes with people's personal freedoms and rights. I don't like to talk politics, but this, once more, does not seem like a political issue to me. It seems very humanitarian. This is not about weeding out criminals, because the people that are getting arrested at the moment are not criminals. They're workers. They're factory workers. They're people standing outside of Home Depot. All right? They're people that have no criminal records.
Who pay more taxes than billionaires.
Who pay more. This is the time for you people who have flown this flag in the past to step up, because your civil liberties are being trampled on right now, right? Your liberties. This is government overreach, period. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Those who give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." And that's exactly what's happening right now. People are sacrificing essential liberties in order to get some temporary safety that You don't really need, because a lot of what you're seeing right now is propaganda. We are fine in LA. There are always going to be aggravators at protests. There are always going to be people who take advantage of situations. There are always going to be counter protesters that can ignite these situations. LAPD is very equipped to handle this. I don't necessarily agree with the way LAPD is handling it, but they are equipped to handle it. You don't need National Guards. You don't need Marines, and you need to respect states' sovereignties. The state of California has told the federal government that they do not want some of the things that the government is doing in the state of California to happen. That is government overreach. Period. Everybody's complaining. I agree to an extent. Optics are a big deal, right? And of course, the people who are opposed to the protests are going to always use people flying Mexican flags and whatnot as propaganda. People flying a foreign flag, but people are still allowed to have their culture.
Yeah.
Throw the fuck up. All right.
Yeah.
They're allowed
Let
to
us
have
not forget that this country is full of immigrants. All these white people are also immigrants to this country. This is native land that we're on, and Mexicans are native to this land. And they have every right to fly their flag.
Yeah, California was Mexico before it was California.
Yeah. And this is a melting pot of a country because of colonism.
You know what's hilarious is somebody was like, if the founding fathers could go to California and see what it's become, and somebody wrote, if the founding fathers would have gone to California, they would have been in Mexico.
Yeah.
Which is like so ironic.
So
Look,
people have lost the plot completely, and it's insane.
They have. And I respect people's right to vote however they want to vote. I respect people's ideology and, I guess perspectives when it comes to obviously when it comes to things that don't involve people, right? Like if you have policies and you have your perspective on policies and those different things, I will respect that all day. And if you're voting based on policies, okay, right? But once more, this is not a policy. This is tyranny, period.
Period. This is racism. This is fascism. This is tyranny.
There are
Period.
people that I can tell you I know for a fact are doing things the legal way. They're doing things the way that you would want them to do it, that have no criminal records. There are people that are fathers, children, brothers, sisters, mothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, that are out here living good lives, being good people,
Paying taxes.
and going through legal processes where they are being arrested outside of courthouses after their court dates of their legal processes. If you can go online right now and watch a video of a mother crying because she doesn't know what's going to happen to her child because he's in school and she's getting arrested by ICE. If that's what you voted for, what the fuck? That is not policy. That is pure evil. Period. It's overreach. It's too much. If you have flown this flag and you're against tyranny, if you're against government overreach, where the fuck are you during those protests? Flex your First Amendment right. Stand by those people protesting because you are trading in your civil liberties for the illusion of safety.
And if you think it's going to stop with that, first of all, criminals, and then illegal immigrants, and then just immigrants, and then just brown people,
Diddy's got
it's
balloons
not
for some-
gonna stop there. They're gonna come for everyone. So unless you're a straight white male in this country, then you should be standing up for
But
what's
who's
going
to
on
say?
right now.
Who's to say?
Oh, who's to say?
Who could be a
Because
straight white male
you could
with
be
a
a
certain
straight white
belief
male
system?
with a certain belief system. Hey, I'm just saying that they're not going to stop here. This is not where it stops. This is how it starts.
I learned a lot about this Gadsden flag, and once more, I don't imperfect creator, but the messaging is clear, right? And once more, if you've ever flown this flag, now is your time. Now is your time to shine. Now is your time to say something. Now is the time to do something. That's what I learned this week, was a little bit about the Gadsden flag. On top of everything else that is going on, sad, terrible stuff. I think we can all say that. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's terrible.
It is. And I've been walking around with a bit of a heavy heart about it, because I'm just like, it's tough. And because you feel like you have no control. But I disagree. It feels that way, but I do think people do have the ability to be heard. And I do think, obviously, keep it peaceful and go out there and make your voice heard about it.
Yeah. There's also little things that you can do to fight fascism. Yesterday, there was a vote. I mean, now it's, if you didn't vote, you can't do it. But in Huntington, there was a vote because they're trying to ban books in the library. They're trying to give control to the government.
Huntington's wilding the fuck out.
Oh,
But they've been
Huntington
wilding
is the bluest little speck in Orange County. It's disgusting. I live there. And they're trying to have the government have control over the libraries and have them be able to ban books. And their whole the propaganda for it was, the signs all said, massive, massive signs outside of churches, elementary schools, saying, protect our children from porn. You got kids in mass numbers in Huntington Beach Googling what porn is.
Yeah.
They did that.
I think,
but all they're meaning to do is have the government have control over what is in the library, instead of a public library where the people get to choose what's in the library. And there's no porn in public libraries.
No, I think that the one thing too with Huntington is that they're trying to also put up like a MAGA plaque.
Well, no, they
right?
are, because they're a massive MAGA place, but not the public library. Oh, no. That's like a sanctuary. And they're just trying to ban books, basically. They're saying protect our children from porn. What they mean are books like Catcher in the Rye that challenge establishment and have a prostitute in it.
Did cause that guy to kill John Lennon. I'm just kidding. I'm just sorry.
I'm talking about banning books.
I'm sorry, but wasn't that the thing that?
Yeah, he had that book on him.
Yeah, there was like Catcher in the Rye made him kill John Lennon because he thought.
Yeah, but I'm talking about banning books.
No.
And I'm talking about restricting a place that is for the people, for people to learn, and to a free place for people to learn and educate themselves, be safe. Like, the government's trying to take that away. Those are little things that you can do. Voting on those measures, stopping fascism. It's all connected. Like, our liberties are being taken away. People are being deported and sent to prison camps, and they're trying to ban books. Like, it's all connected, and people need to start caring. People who fly that flag need to start caring, because they're treading all over you, brother. Yeah. And they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop at where you're comfortable. They're going to keep going until nothing, like no rights. Yeah. This is fascism.
It's oligarchy. It's like they're pointing fingers at people who are not responsible for the problems in this country. Mm-hmm. Because they're trying to distract from.
It's fear mongering.
The people who are causing the problems in this country right now are billionaires.
Are them?
It's the people that are pointing the fingers at these migrant at people who are here, like I said, just trying to live a life, right? Give me you're tired, you're hungry, you're poor. Your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Aren't those the words at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty? Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Also, Katie just said the Bible is the most. That's so true, though. The Bible
is the most descriptive.
But also, if you're religious and you're doing these things, it's crazy because Jesus was, first of all, Palestinian, and second, did not fuck with rich people whatsoever. Was like completely against capitalism.
Yeah, it's more likely for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
I think
the
is
meek
the verse.
will inherit the earth.
So
give me your whatever. I'm just saying, you guys are all hypocrites. I don't think any of them are watching. But
look, I don't know, but I
do. I feel like, I'm sorry. I get a little heated. I mean, we're all heated. It's very emotional, but I'm more of a burn it down. Like, I'm pissed. I know we're all pissed.
I think it's once more like, I'm not going to fault anybody for voting on policy or how they want. Like, I thought
voting
the Republican Party was the party of less big government, less government overreach. Like, that wasn't that their thing is like the sovereignty of the states.
Well, parties switch.
Like, that was even when they reversed Roe v. Wade. Wasn't that the argument? Wasn't that the argument of, hey, we're going to give it back to the states to be able to be sovereign and make their own decisions and laws? Where's that? Does that only apply to the people that agree with you?
This is not about like parties anymore, though.
It's not. And once more,
it hasn't been for a long time.
This is not a political thing anymore. This is a human thing, and I think it's okay. And this is the problem: is I think it's okay to change your mind. I think it's okay to maybe admit that this isn't what you wanted, and I think it's okay to stand up by people and say this isn't right. Like, even maybe if you did vote a certain way or you had certain perspectives, you are allowed to be human and change your mind and learn and expand and realize that we're like, somebody else was even talking about, it's like, yeah, it is one thing to talk about like migrant workers as like, oh, these are your seamstresses, these are the people picking your fruit, these are the people these are people. It doesn't matter what their jobs are. These are humans.
One that I hate that people are posting, they're doing the jobs that you don't want to do. Fuck that. No, there are people, they're human beings in this country. What do you mean? It's like very reminiscent of when Kelly Osbourne was like, oh, Donald Trump, who's cleaning your toilet? It's like, that's racist.
Yeah, look, we have to remove that
narrative
for sure. Like, that's
because we're talking about human beings, not just who does something for you, picking your fruit, doing this for you, doing that for you. Remove that. It's human beings. It's mothers, fathers, children, aunts, uncles, people just like you. Stop thinking of it as somebody that does something for you.
I think LA,
that's what I think.
No, I am very proud, I think, to be a Californian right now. And I'll be honest, I don't necessarily love Gavin Newsom.
I know, same. And also,
he's a little slimy. He's skeezy and slimy, but
he's going to bat for it for sure.
But he's going to bat. I don't agree with all of his policies, but on this issue, I can tell you I'm 100% behind that man on this particular issue. Not on everything. I still think he's, I don't know, has some. He's a politician. He's a politician, clearly. But on this issue, on the way he's going to bat for it, I agree.
Yeah.
And Los Angeles is the city of change. Once more, fourth biggest economy in the world. So the state of California gives $80 billion to the federal government, more than pretty much every other, obviously other coastal cities, but all those other red states are not giving as much as the state of California gives. If there's one state that's allowed, California sets the standards for laws in this country, whether people like that or not, under even Republican governors, right? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger set a lot of the laws that were in place that were around environmental laws, that were forward thinking, laws around technology, right? That big, beautiful bill is trying to fucking sneak into it. Look into that fucking bill saying that they can't control AI or regulate it for 10 fucking years. 10 years that the tech industry would have where they can't regulate AI. Okay? Everybody's going to point out the things of like, well, these protesters, by the way, were burning cars. Let me explain something because I feel like a lot of people don't know this. Those were Waymo cars. If you don't know what a Waymo car is and you live in somewhere smaller, right, where they don't have Waymo cars, Waymo is a self-driving vehicle whose parent company is Alphabet, who is the company that also owns Google, who is the company that is backing the current administration because they want less regulation, because they don't want to be regulated, because they don't want privacy laws, because they want your information. Everybody thought Big Brother was going to be watching independently. We all have Big Brother, even now. Like I'm broadcasting on a screen. I'm not saying anything. Once more, we all just carry the devices with us, right? But these companies don't want regulations. That's why they're going to back this administration. So, look, I don't know. There's a lot. But once more, I think it's okay to say that this isn't what you voted for. No matter what policy you voted for, I don't think anybody voted to see a mother stripped of the ability to pick her child up from school. Because you think that taking things away from these people are going to somehow give you more. Because if they have less, I will somehow have more. That's not how this is going to work. It's not. Once more, the attention is being brought to these people who are not criminals. By the way, this is not what was promised by Donald Trump. He said he was going to deport criminals. These aren't criminals, right? You're not going to get more from any of that. Because all of a sudden they don't have the right to social services doesn't mean you're going to get more. The attention is going to those people because the people who really aren't pulling their weight in this country are currently in charge. And for some reason, those people have brainwashed millions of people to thinking that they have the best interest of everyone at heart, where they just want more, and it's greed. That's all it is.
And they don't care about you, even if you voted for them. So, like I said, it's not going to stop here. It's going to keep going. And you're not safe. Like, we're not safe. They don't have your best interests at heart, whoever you are. Like, it's not going to stop with immigrants. I mean, people in immigration meetings getting hauled off by ICE. Do you think that's right? I mean, it's insane. Pablo, you are killing it. Also, you're taking a very gentle parenting way about it. And I'm sorry that I keep being like,
no, rage.
Fucking
rage.
Burn it down.
I bought a bag of avocados in the Home Depot parking lot from a little old Hispanic man who's for the record, it was a lot of avocados. He was like 2 bags for $5. I'm like, fucking deal. And they were like perfect. They're smaller, but it was a bigger bag. And I bought 2 bags from him. And I gave him just like a little extra money because I was like, here you go. Like I told him like, be careful. And you know what he said? He's like, yeah, I know. And he goes, but I have to risk it because I need to make a living somehow.
Yeah.
And that's, oh my God. And that's sad.
Sad.
That he's risking that for the $5 that he's getting from 2 bags of avocado.
Yeah.
Ty, what did you learn this week?
I'm not following up.
I think that's what we all learned.
No, it is. And I learned that the way of the world is just so upsetting and tragic. And I think what I've been talking about with my family, right? And I think we've been all kind of sharing the same thing. It's like navigating the shitty times that we live in with navigating it through emotion, through, I talk to my therapist about it. It's like the state of the world, the state of things are going, like how I'm trying to navigate it without negatively affecting my day to day, right? So we just have to keep up the good fight, you know, to keep being part of these peaceful protests, keep supporting. Like I have friends that are artists, right, and they are doing fundraisers. Everyone, I think all of us, TJ, you know, Tommy, Jeff, to all of us on this channel, Allison, we all have been sharing amazing fundraisers and resources. So if you can't make it out to the protest, if you don't have the funds right now to support a fundraiser,
or if you don't feel safe going to the protest,
if you don't feel safe, like please, like just keep sharing resources, keep sharing the truth. I think that's all we can
keep sharing the truth.
do.
Like we said, it's you know, if you sit here and think about all these things that are going on in the world and you feel overwhelmed and scared and sad and just the burnout is real. Like this has been going on for so long. I mean, I don't even want to stop at what's going on exactly in LA right now, but like a lot of things are going on that are horrific,
right,
and all connected. If you feel the burnout, just know you're not alone.
Yeah.
And that goes for people who are directly experiencing these things too.
Yeah.
And just know that there are little things.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to, I don't know if I communicated that well enough, but there's little things that you can do to keep fighting.
Right.
Just like literally yesterday, I voted on a measure to protect our library. And that is connected to all of this too. And then protests, and also just posting stuff where people have resources if they don't know, if they might not know places to call if they don't get popped.
I can tell you, I know I have family that is undocumented, right? That live in certain parts of LA, and that was always her thing. She's like, I just don't even know what my options are. And most of the times, that's what most people who are undocumented in this country will do. That they just lay low. They're like, they don't know their rights. They don't know what they can and can't do. And they just lay low, and they're just like, I'm just going to go to work. I'm just going to live like a law-abiding life. But
there's information,
but
there's resources.
Most of the times they're afraid to even explore those resources.
So that's why little things that we can all do. Like I seen something from a friend of a friend that I randomly followed, and I was like, oh shit, this is like from a state I'm not even in, but like maybe somebody follows me that's in that state. I just like post everything that you see about resources and people to call in these situations.
Yeah.
And just like spread information, misinformation, you know?
There is a lot of misinformation.
Like make sure what you're posting is right.
Once more, also seeing right now is no longer believing, because AI and everything has changed the game. Also, don't trust Chat GPT. All right? Don't trust chat. Don't trust AI to give you answers, because AI can also be wrong. Just so you know, there's a lot of
AI can spread propaganda.
Yes. So there have been even people testing things out with photos, trying to like backtrack where a photo is from, where the information given to them was wrong, right? You have to, I just posted something about somebody even like looking like they were all beat up, and then you realizing it was like a filter. So be careful.
Just be careful out there.
Seeing is no longer believing.
But also write your senators.
Absolutely.
And write Congress, call Congress, bombard Congress and senators. And on local levels.
On local levels. That's
because
crucial.
That's how you do it. And I'm just saying.
Find out who your sheriff is, like in your local town.
Just go after him. I mean,
not go after.
No,
like,
I mean with your concerns.
Yes.
Go after them with your concerns. Don't go after them. Go after them with your concerns. And if we all do that, I mean, I don't know, because I've been doing it for years, and also it seems like nothing's changed. But all I know is that I'm out there just trying, and that's all we can do. Because what else am I going to do? Just sit here and feel useless and helpless and sad and scared for my friends and my family? Like, I just want to do something. So that is something that people can do. if you want to know what you can do. But also, if you don't even have the, if you have the burnout and you can't even do that, just post stuff so that people can see stuff. If you see something that maybe you haven't seen a lot of places, like more numbers, more anything.
Tommy Jeff's,
Post it.
by the way, texting. He's saying you guys went political and I'm not there.
I
Well,
know, Tommy Jeff, this is
Where this isn't once
crazy.
more, this is not political. I feel like this is
but
just
it's not
humanitarian.
political, but it is in these days. People think this is political,
But it's not.
but it shouldn't be.
And the other thing I will say is, if you know or suspect of anybody being potentially undocumented or a migrant within your community, like reach out,
Mhm.
check on people. There was somebody who was even saying, he's like, I know that there's like a woman who's been living in this in my apartment complex for like 50 plus years in Hollywood, who I know is undocumented, who is like just not at a point to where she feels safe to even go outside at the moment. And the slightest little kindness that I could do is be like, hey, do you want me to run to the grocery store for you? And what do you need? Right. I'll tell you, there was protests just outside here in Orange, California. And I was like, I'll be honest with you guys. Like I have a busy day because I'm like living my life. And what I saw at those protests, were a lot of young people, which was awesome. And somebody said they don't really know what they're even protesting about. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
they
no.
do. They're
That's because
protesting.
they're trying to like decredit them.
Yeah, like no, they're protesting for their moms, for their dads,
Yeah.
for their grandparents, for their uncles, for their aunts. These are the people. I'll tell you, this is why it's hard for me, is because when I see people on the news that are, that's who I see. I see my family. I see my cousins. I see my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents. That's who I'm looking at. Like that's the culture of those people is my culture, right? So it is very hard. But those simple kindness, I wasn't out there protesting, but I did see a lot of young faces. And the only thing that I can think of is like, I have all these waters. Like these kids are hot. Go hand out. There's little things that you can do. There's little simple kindness, bits of kindness that will just spread humanity. And I feel like if more people do stuff like that, you can make a difference to those little, just small gestures of kindness. That's all I can say.
That's good. Again, I love the gentle parenting.
Just be kind. Just care about people.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
out here like fucking Molotov cocktail.
I always watch
recipe.
the and I posted
I'm just
it.
kidding. Don't shut us off.
I always watch the Charlie Chaplin Great Dictator
Yeah.
speech. Always kind of gets me.
Also, yeah, educate yourself. Learn about the history.
Yeah, this isn't new.
This is
Go watch Gangs of New
History.
York.
repeating itself over and over and over again. And we keep falling for it. And it's baffling and
really
it's
is.
frustrating. It's exhausting. It's sad. It's fucked up. So just try. I mean, just literally
Look,
fucking educate yourself about what has
just
happened
watch
in the
Gangs
world.
of New York. Period.
Period.
Watch that movie because you will see that playbook is not new. Like this has been
Watch it.
since the birth of this nation.
Yeah.
This playbook has been in effect.
But
it's
even more
just a
than that,
new
watch
group of
any
people to
movie about the
persecute.
Holocaust.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And also, if you want to get a little revved up, watch Inglourious Bastards and then go to a protest, brother. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we got political, I guess. Sorry, Tommy Jeff. Ty, anything else?
Also, Ty, I feel like I cut you off when you said
No,
when you were talking about
we
your
did.
thing.
We always cut Ty off. That's the
No, it's not
ongoing thing
fair.
now. I feel like that's not okay.
I hate that about myself. I'm so sorry.
I said I don't need a camera. I just pointed at
No,
the-
I
just
hate
pointed- I'm
that.
getting all tangled up.
Kaya, you have really good stuff to say.
Oh, thank you.
You do. We've established this.
And
Yeah.
you're
No, I mean like, and no, I don't blame you guys for cutting me off.
No,
especially something
let him
like this.
cook.
Like,
Look at this
let me
guy.
cook. No, it's hard right now. Like it's hard for me because I get emotional, right? Because like I'm so like everyone else.
You're so empathetic.
frustrated.
Ty is the most empathetic human I know. Period. Just so y'all know.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
empathizes
mean, you
for everyone, which is
are,
okay, which is
though.
good. You really are, though. Yeah,
No, it's hard, and
that's not a bad thing.
Thank
That
you.
is not a bad thing.
No, but I agree with you guys. Like now is the time to, and like what Katie's saying too, like write to your senators, use your resources. This is the time to build the community and support those around you, right? Just seek help if you need help. You know, it's tough times.
Yeah.
It is. Find somebody to
Crazy
talk to
times.
for sure. Everybody's gonna
Also,
have
Katie
this one.
said, and this
Yes.
this is true. What I didn't say is that there's pre-written letters
Pre-written. She did do an
that
asterisk.
you can literally just insert your name into, and then they give you. There's activists out there
Oh yeah.
that do all the work for you, and then all you have to do is put your name and your county, and they give you the county, they give
Yeah.
you the name of the people that you're writing, and then you just send it. Like, it's easy. So I'm
It's
just
true.
that's a good point.
That's a good
Katie.
point. Thank you.
And yeah, I mean, like Pablo says, be kind, but also raise hell.
Also, where the fuck are you? Don't tread on me, people. Sorry.
Yeah, no, seriously.
This really is, I swear, a show about news and pop culture. I feel like we're gonna.
That is new.
This is news.
This is news.
And
It's
this
And
is-
it
unavoidable.
is also what we all learned this week about our country, which we've been learning.
Well,
Right.
We've been learning.
what's
And I will say too, like, if you like, for us, right? Like, we all have a platform. Fucking use it.
Use it.
Use it.
Whatever, we might have a huge, bigger platform someday, but right now we have this one and we used it.
and I will, to put a bow on this, to make this brand relevant, I will say it's funny because this show is literally all about like discussing pop culture and comics and it's so crazy that we can look at morality on a page. We can look at the
Those are the good
rebellion.
guys. Those are the bad guys.
This is the empire. This is how they rose to power by misinformation and spreading fear and persecuting a group of people. It's like we could see this on paper. For some reason, in fiction,
Mutants.
we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we see that, we know this is wrong. We all have the ability to tell wrong from right based on the fiction that we consume
Mhm.
daily. Everybody, no matter what your political perspective is, you can read a comic book and know who the good guys and the bad guys are. You can watch a movie and you can see who is oppressive and who is tyrannical. But for some reason, whenever it comes to real life, we just can't figure that shit out.
Yeah.
See how I did that?
I did. And I will say,
Okay.
sorry.
Get it out.
No, speaking of, like what everyone just said, right? Like X-Men and or it's a little too timely that all of these came out when we needed it the most. Stream those.
Mhm.
Like,
Amen.
now's the time to consume art and share art.
Now's the time.
Yes, we're done talking
Now's
about
the time.
politics. I mean, for now.
Yeah. This is new stuff. We're not journalists, but we do keep our ears to the nerdy streets. Sometimes we read headlines, sometimes we read articles. Most of the times we're just streaming and watching, stopping on social media because that's how we just all get all our information now. This is news and stuff. Now we've got all our serious out the way, but it's not fucking going away. We're still gonna fucking talk about it one way or another. We're gonna weave it back in. Second biggest Pride Month breakup aside from Trump and Elon. Warner Brothers Discovery is splitting into two separate companies. Crazy to think about. I had to read a bunch of different articles on this in order to try to wrap my head about. And once more, I even had to talk to ChatGPT and be like, can you just fucking break down in
Why are you
layman's-"
talking to her?
And even ChatGPT was basically like spewing out the same fucking corporate conglomerate fucking bullshit. Once more, just like none of this fucking makes sense. But if you guys remember, a few years back, this was the big thing: is Warner Brothers and Discovery were like, "Hey, we want to be one thing. We're buying." I don't know who bought who. Was it Discovery bought Warner Brothers, or
I think Warner Brothers bought.
I think it was Discovery, or did
Oh.
they merge? I don't know.
Yeah, because that's how they're like HBO Max.
Yeah, that's why they were
Yeah.
like, we're Max now. And
Yeah.
it's funny because we just talked about, now HBO Max is now just back to being
HBO
Max is back to being HBO Max. And
Was that because
amongst-
somebody bought them, or they were just trying to change it up?
they're trying to separate now
Uh,
from Discovery. So the move will put the company's iconic movie studio, television production, HBO Max, DC Studios, as a single entity known as Streaming and Studios. cable channels, CNN, TNT, Discovery, and its European over-the-air networks will operate under the banner of Global Networks. Look, this
So is HBO's name going to change again?
no, HBO. I think it's just
can't-
staying at HBO
I
Max.
can't go through another one.
But basically, the company's combined is currently the company's current net worth is like 23.5 billion. It's a 60% loss in revenue since April 2022 when Warner Brothers Discovery was created. So they realized actually within their merger they lost money.
Oh no!
It's like, oh no, yeah, exactly. Fucking billionaires. This is still relevant within pop culture. Is like the reason why you guys are fucking saying Hollywood's dying is because y'all are making a bunch of stupid fucking decisions. All right, this is another one of them. So now Warner Brothers Discovery is backpedaling, being like, hey, we're gonna go back into being two separate companies. Look, I even tried to give myself some sort of spark notes about it here somewhere. I have to find it. Oh, yeah, it's splitting into two separate companies to better navigate the evolving media landscape and address financial challenges.
The evolving.
The split aims to provide each division with a clear strategic focus on operational flexibility. Streaming and studios will concentrate on this growth and content creation, while Global Linear Network will focus on maximizing profitability and reducing the company's substantial debt, which currently stands at approximately $37 billion. This is a reconstruction that's expected to be completed by mid-2026.
We're just watching Austin Powers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What?
Well, what's funny is you know what, a lot of these media companies, because even if you guys watch the Abdominal Stretch that happens here on Saturday mornings where we talk about wrestling, myself, the Lomita legend Nathan Haskell, who will be at the show at Que Sera, Pump 61, we talk about different things, and everybody's like, oh, TKO, which is the parent company of WWE and UFC, also is like in $3 billion in debt, which is not as big as that $37 billion in debt that Warner Brothers Discovery is in. But these motherfuckers aren't in. Come on, this is all fake money, y'all. Because at the end of the day, these fucking studio heads are still paying themselves off somehow and trying to screw Ryan Coogler sinners out of money one way or another, all right?
Period.
Y'all ain't starving. We don't feel bad for you, but this is weird.
Trying to talk shit about sinners and Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Oh, don't piss me off.
But yeah, second biggest breakup this Pride Month, I would say, is this one.
Which I bought Sinners.
Oh, it's
Nice.
great, right?
And well, I've seen it.
No, but I'm saying like all the extras and
All
shit.
the extras are so good. The extras are so
They're
good.
so good. I agree.
I mean, insanely good.
yeah, I love it.
And like the amount of care that was put into this movie, so many people like
Sammy.
so many people.
That's my
like
favorite line in the movie.
Sammy. So many consultants, though, like or experts in any situation, anything.
Yeah.
This is what I learned.
Yeah.
Besides all the horrible things, is that Ryan Coogler literally hired an expert for every single aspect
to
of
make sure that
every
the
single
catfish
everything.
was properly.
I mean, literally, like hired a hoodoo expert.
Yeah.
Hired like a dancing Irish like culture like scholar. Hired like a Delta expert. Like, it's insane.
But also,
Insane.
like it is so much, and even like I think we were talking this when you weren't here last week because you were sick.
Oh.
But-
No, that didn't sound good, but it's real.
Look how sick I am.
I think I have the black lung.
Yeah, just
I was
like
wicked sick.
just like also like the love behind
The
like
love.
the love of just like
Yes.
of filmmaking.
Filmmaking.
Yeah, like all the things, because I can.
You
like,
guys talked about Sinners last week.
we did, but you
spent,
look,
like,
I'm-
2
the world doesn't
hours.
stop because you're not on the show, did he?
You spit.
The whole show was actually about sinners. No,
Yeah.
but even just like
We
I feel like
watched it.
Tommy Jeff right now missing the politics.
yeah, but Tommy just moved to politics talk. You missed the sinners talk.
We
I'm
streamed
sorry,
the
the show
entire
don't
movie
stop.
twice.
Hey,
Well, that, Tell me right now.
We saw it in 70 millimeter.
I would be so pissed off.
Ryan Coogler was on the show.
We took
Yeah,
a
he
field.
was on the show.
He phoned it.
Michael B. Jordan was next to me,
Yeah.
sitting right here.
Huge fucking arms, 24-inch pythons.
What
That's my big
the fuck?
Yeah,
no, just
I
like,
would never talk to you guys
he
again.
reenacted the Tommy gun scene in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of me,
Because that's the
That's
best scene.
and like eye contact.
dude, that Deeper Issues Nerdcast neon sign behind you looks so badass.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
like,
loved the
come on.
sign.
I just
Look at
love
that
it
sign.
that you know exactly the scene
Yeah.
with Michael.
He
Whoa.
reenacted the scene with Haley Seinfeld with me.
No, you. But you said exactly the scene.
You were Haley Seinfeld in that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dang.
You. Hey,
Don't be jealous.
I'm just saying. You knew exactly the scene.
Oh, I knew the scene. Eye contact.
Hot damn, that was a
This
good movie.
Pride Month.
That was
but-
a good movie.
It's so good.
It's so
And
good.
the extras, if you guys buy the DVD, I bought the DVD and then I also bought the digital one just because it.
Oh, you bought the actual physical, tangible.
Yeah.
Somebody was selling it on VHS like it was like an art project.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I want to get.
And beta.
Yeah, and I think Coogler even bought some
He
of the
did. She sent-
VHSs.
He
Yeah, the
bought
Caddy
and
video.
she did her own original artwork on it.
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
bought it.
I follow. Actually, shout out if you
Who
guys
posted
are
that? You posted
Katie-
that.
Katie
sent it.
videos?
Yeah, Katie videos.
like KADI, like
Yeah.
KADI,
Yeah.
Katie.
That was sick. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it's the way it's supposed to be seen
Katie
on like
video.
film.
Right.
You know,
Did he be honest? Were you just rewinding and pausing certain scenes?
yeah.
Ah,
There's this.
Hey,
part-
no
there's
shame, no shame.
Yeah,
Just-
no. I am not ashamed.
No.
I did. I'll tell you what. Okay, because there is this scene with after like Remick and the vampires leave,
Mhm.
where Annie goes, "They give me the willies," and Stack goes, "Yeah, well, Crackers at Night will do that to you." And I never heard it. Like I seen it 3 times in the theaters, and I never like heard it in the theaters because it's so. Also, I'm a subtitles girly. I need
can't
them.
hear without my subtitles.
I can't hear without my subtitles. Okay, and I seen it 3 times in theaters, and I had the subtitles on for when I watch it at home. Which now I've seen it twice at home.
Nice.
I am obsessed. It's fine. It's not a problem. But
well, there's something new every
rewound-
time you watch.
yeah,
it.
and so I rewound that part like 6 times. I was like, "Dad, watch it again."
Somebody-
because you also I couldn't hear it because he's not on screen when he says it. It's like they do a back shot of like them all walking back inside.
Right.
So it's like a throwaway shot. I mean a throwaway take or something. And he just goes, "Well, Crackers at Night will do that to you." And I'm like, that's such a good fucking line.
It's
Why
really-
didn't they show him when he said that? I bet he had the cutest little smirk on his face.
there's somebody somebody keeps popping up on my algorithm that's like I find something new in Sinners every time I
Yeah.
watch it,
Yeah.
and then they'll kind of go through it. But one of the things they pointed out was like the music, the way that it's composed within the film. There's one particular
Oh, the
scene
match strike.
with Annie, with the match striking
Yeah.
3 times and the
Oh.
music going to the match
Yep.
strike.
Dude, that was my favorite part when I first saw it.
Me
I was
too.
like, wow, this is
And
like
then-
this is like reminiscent of like Baby Driver. How Edgar
Oh,
Wright
yeah.
does this. Yes.
Yeah,
I've
how
never
Edgar
seen
Wright
Baby
kind of.
Driver.
Oh, Baby Driver's
Oh, so good.
fantastic.
I love it.
It's one of Edgar Wright's best films.
Yeah.
really.
I'm waiting for that Edgar
100%.
Wright, Sydney Sweeney, Barbarella film.
That's so crazy basic.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is. Sydney
The-
Sweeney.
I bought one of the soaps.
I knew
I'm
it.
just kidding. I didn't buy it.
I knew it. I said, don't do it.
We all knew.
Why would
We
you-
all knew.
I bought one of them.
No,
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't.
Maybe I did. Maybe I
He
didn't.
bought the
You'll
10
never
pack.
know.
Don't lie.
That's wild.
I don't know. I'll just leave that to just stay a little mysterious with it.
I'm like,
Maybe I bought.
I've
the
lost
Sydney
a little respect for you.
Come on.
Just
Come
kidding.
on.
I don't know. She's pretty.
Do you
I don't
want a
get it.
bar of soap or not?
I will. I will.
I just want to know what it smells like. Does it does not actually
Does it
smell
smell
like
like
bath
her?
water. No, it does. It's
She don't use that soap, Pablo.
No, the soap was made out of her bath water.
No, it wasn't.
Allegedly.
No, it wasn't. It's just marketing.
What does it smell like? It's not her
Sydney Sweeney's butt
soap.
crack.
Ew.
I don't
Oh.
My whole thing is way better than your thing.
Well, anyway,
Michael B.
I'm
Jordan
trying to
thing is
keep
way
it
better.
kind of like, I don't know. Tame here. All right.
Tame.
Other
You said
news.
butt crack.
Look, Tommy Jeff, you're missing out on all of it. Did you know?
Ah,
Tommy, we got
Tommy
political.
Jeff.
We're
Oh,
talking
damn,
about-
this is so up his alley.
Yeah, this is Tommy Jeff. Now Tommy Jeff is sick this week. Diddy was sick last week.
Don't do the
Tommy
air
Jeff is
quotes
sick
because
this
you
week.
literally still have the cough. You know that we all got this cold. You probably gave
I
it
also
to
know I
Tommy Jeff
survived through it.
because I was
Maybe I gave it to
responsible
him.
and you were irresponsible.
Yeah, I'm irresponsible.
Yeah,
I never said I was responsible.
making people sick.
This is according to The Verge. I know there's an IGN Instagram headline, but fucking IGN, you've misled me with headlines too often. I hate your shit. Whoever's writing for you pisses me off. So I went to the article on The Verge. Yeah, okay. So Nintendo,
I didn't know
Diddy's
if I
got
was
to pee,
supposed
by
to-
the way. Get a good shot of her leaving to pee.
Listen, I feel like I have nothing to contribute to this.
Nintendo was expecting the Switch 2 to just be as successful as original, and it's already become the fastest selling console of all time. This is quoting, by the way, Tom Warren on The Verge. Of all time, after a strong launch, Nintendo revealed today that it has sold more than 3.5 million Switch 2 units and the console's first 4 days, surpassing records of any Nintendo hardware within the same launch period.
More than the Wii.
More than the Wii, but the record is more significant than that. Daniel Ahmad on Twitter, quoting Daniel Ahmad on Twitter at ZHugeX. EX. This is like I'm just this one I'm quoting on Twitter here.
Okay. I thought you were doing like a Moe's bar thing, Moe's Tavern. When you're
Yeah,
like,
is there a Daniel Ahmad? Seymour Butts here.
Seymour Butts?
Yeah.
Amanda Hug and Kiss?
Yeah, Amanda Hug and Kiss. This makes it not just the best-selling Nintendo console in the first 4 days, but the fastest-selling home video game console of all time, which is insane. And Tommy Jeff and Ty all the time are sending me stuff because apparently you could potentially still get your hands on these. And I am resisting every urge in my body because I don't play video games enough.
I don't care. I just like instigating.
And I don't. I like how you cut the thing.
I made a mistake. Sorry.
Diddy, what do you have to say
Diddy,
about
what
this?
do you have to say about the Nintendo Switch? Do you have one?
Diddy?
Do you plan on buying one?
Diddy, are you? Diddy?
You're gonna buy Pablo one? That's great. Do you hear that, Pablo? She's buying you one.
That's great. No, yeah, I'm resisting every possible urge because look, I play the games with like my 5-year-old who plays the Switch. Like it's become it was my Switch, but it's now his like first game console, which is awesome.
What it's all about.
And yeah, like he plays. We've been Minecraft crazy as of late. Apparently, there's a game where you can be a bumblebee and pollinate stuff. We also played a game called Little Kitty in the Big City, which I highly recommend.
Little Kitty in the Big
Little
City.
Kitty in the Big City. You're a cat who fell out of
Well,
his
I would
like.
figure.
It was in Japan. I think it's like you're in Japan or like a Japanese suburb, and you
Okay.
fall out of your very high window or whatever. And it's like the whole game is like a bunch of different tasks to get you back
Oh, interesting.
home. Pretty cool. Little Kitty in the Big City. But yeah, I'm just resisting all the urge. Diddy, are you getting a Switch 2?
Well, if one of y'all want to give me your Switch 1, and then when you get your Switch 2, then I'll participate.
Yeah, that's how I am, honestly. I'm thinking about just getting the OLED, but I don't even think it dropped in price, the OLED Switch.
You're asking the
It
wrong
didn't.
guy.
It didn't. But
Tommy Jeff?
Tommy
Okay.
Jeff?
Wait, let me cut
Oh.
let me cut to his camera.
Oh, my gosh.
That is
Tommy Jeff,
cold.
we got political and talked about the Switch 2 without you. I am resisting.
Wait.
And Tommy, to quote Tommy Jeff, resistance is futile. So who knows how long I will hold out.
Dude, I've been loving all the memes about the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, have you been hearing that like people at GameStop have been stapling the receipts on the Switch boxes and puncturing
And
the
people,
actual screen?
no.
Yeah, people are pissed. So there's like memes. They're like, "Oh, here's your receipt. Sorry, we're out of staples," and they get like a box and get like a nail and they start hammering it. But no, seriously, like that's like a real thing. People are. I don't know why you would staple a receipt to a box.
Well, because I think you assume that there's like a big hefty amount of styrofoam
Well, sure. I
around
mean,
it,
like,
or box.
people, I guess they do that at Costco for TVs, but I was like, not for like this tiny little box. Like, I don't remember buying a Game Boy and like them stapling a receipt to the box.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of crazy. Like, why?
Yeah, why wouldn't you tape it?
Why wouldn't you
You
just
have a
why
little
don't you just throw it
GameStop
in the
sticker?
bag? Yeah, like they're just like, hey, do you want the receipt in the bag? Yeah, throw it in the bag. Like, I don't. understand why that was a thing.
That had to be like a one-off kind of thing. I can't imagine all of GameStop did that.
I don't know if it was like company. I don't know if it was GameStop. I'm just saying people are complaining
I'd
that
be pissed.
maybe it was Best Buy. Who knows?
Maybe
it was Walmart. I don't
Best
know.
Buy.
But
I just want to say, you guys, on my little excursion, there is a skunk outside.
No way, where?
I don't know, but he's sprayed.
outside.
Oh,
sprayed.
probably on Benny.
No, I smelled him.
Oh,
He's
it smells-
fine. He's fine.
Smells like regular, normal cat butt and tuna fish.
He actually smells good. What do y'all do?
He just drank
You-
some water.
Well, no,
Nah.
he smells like
Oh, he just lives.
No, you guys wash him or something.
No, I don't wash
Pablo
that
used
guy.
that
He
bar of
washes
soap on him.
himself. I use
He
the Sydney Sweeney
smells-
soap on him.
He,
He
smells
exclusively
good.
uses the Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap.
My cat
actually.
smells like dirt.
Yeah, well, he's
Okay, chill. We used to be best friends. Oh my god, we're in a
he's
fight.
independent now. Yeah, he's totally autonomous now. Get off me! You're
He's like, how
embarrassing
dare
me."
you insult
He's
my
a teenager now, and I don't like
Yeah,
it.
Benny Beignet for sure is in the broody teenage stage of his life.
Well, you're lucky that you didn't get sprayed by a skunk.
This is so we talked about this, and I think originally we were talking about the talks was
Okay.
Austin Butler. But
Oh,
Patrick Schwarzenegger is now being eyed for Patrick Bateman in the new American Psycho adaptation. Apparently, also after his performance in, did you watch White Lotus? Did he? Ty
not the
didn't.
new season.
I did
Oh,
not.
yeah, I
I
watched
don't-
the
I
news.
haven't
Okay,
watched
but
it.
listen,
awful.
I know I've said this before about somebody else, but that guy looks like Army Hammer.
The Patrick Schwarzenegger.
I mean,
What trips me out, I will tell you, I did watch White Lotus, and which I
That-
loved.
does it not?
No,
No, I see it
Are
now.
you
No,
for
that
real?
doesn't look like
See it
Armie
now.
Hammer.
Not like 100%.
That's not
Like they could be related.
sure. He's just got the smug rich white guy face.
That he looks
Like a
like
smug
Army
rich white
Hammer.
guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's the
Yeah,
Maybe it's
just-
maybe it's
just-
the lighting.
Am I
with the-
racist?
Yeah, it's a smug rich white dude face. I'll tell you the biggest, craziest, mind blowing moment that I had during this headline where I did all the deep dive. It was like, oh, is that Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid? And
Well,
of
I don't
course
think
it is
there's
because
a-
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna walk
Schwarzenegger.
around with a name like Patrick Schwarzenegger. Yeah, if you're not, but not buff that guy. Not as buff as his dad, clearly, which is also okay. But yeah, he was apparently the White Lotus seed sealer once Christian Bale's old part in the upcoming remake of American Psycho. But producers wonder if he has the chops. Plus, infamous digital artist Beeple.
Oh,
Gets
that's
censored.
digital for sure. That's AI.
Yeah, of course. I think. Well, I don't even know how this is related into the headline. I'm literally just fucking reading the teleprompter.
Well, they just
here,
put a
like,
head. They just put his head
Yeah.
on top of. Yeah.
What's
I mean,
his
that's not
other
even good
Beeple
AI.
Gets censored for bullying Trump and why the Hamptons are less crowded this summer. Oh, this is just like the what the fuck? This is from the Hollywood Reporter. They just put 3 stories into one article. I have no idea how that happened.
Oh, they're like, fucking here.
Like, we need to put something out. Just do it.
Anyways, yeah, basically the director.
All the reporters have burnout. They're just crashing out hard. They're like, hey, fucking here's what's going on.
I don't think they should remake American Psycho. But I did like Patrick Schwarzenegger in White Lotus. I do think he was very like
He's
But
in the new season, the
he
third one.
basically plays Patrick Bateman-esque character. He plays a super privileged white, like fucking like ultra rich, like trust fund baby.
We should see if they're casting cats. We should get Beignet.
Oh, that's like our other
Don't-
running.
why would you bring
thing.
that up
Don't
right
bring
now?
it up.
Why would you even say that?
What do you mean?
He's gonna. Okay. Anyway, what's the next Bob?
What are you trying to?
No, we're not talking
What do you
about
think?
cats.
Did you look? Watch White Lotus. Walter Goggins is in it, and
What did I
Oh, yeah.
miss?
Oh, we talked about. He's also in talks to be in Street Fighter, right?
yeah, he's in talks to play M. Bison in Street Fighter.
But
Walter Goggins.
he's got to like bulk up.
Does he?
Well,
M. Bison's kind of big, isn't
Yeah.
he?
He's jacked, dude.
yeah,
I know.
but he's got the teeth for it.
He does.
And I guess the forehead doesn't matter. Anyway, no, I don't know. I see him in Fallout, and I'm like, this dude's got to eat like a sandwich or something.
Yeah, no, maybe not in Fallout.
Well, he
but
plays like a.
A mutant. in
I mean,
Fallout.
well, what's
he's
it
been in a
called?
bunch of things where he shows off his physique and he looks pretty.
Yeah.
What
All right.
What do they call in Fallout when they're dead?
Ghouls.
Ghouls.
Yeah.
He plays a ghoul in that.
Right. Well,
Yes.
they show him when he was human too. He was doing the
Well, you know,
the little cola ads.
I'm sure he'll bulk up a little
Bulk
bit.
up.
Maybe a
Or
little bit
they'll
more-
use
a little
AI.
bit more.
To do
Use
it.
AI.
I just always see him as Baby Billy. I'm not asking for the world to hear. I'm just asking for $2 billion and an 8-ball of cocaine.
You know what I always
be out here, nerd.
I always see him from Community. He's in that one
Oh my
episode
God,
versus Will reading, and that's like the first thing I ever seen him in. And it's I think of it every time I see him. I'm like, oh, he's from Community. That one episode.
That one episode, Walton Goggins.
And Pedro Pascal played him in that episode when they did it for like during COVID. They did like a table read of it.
Yeah.
Did you see
and
that
Pedro
thing I sent
Pascal.
you about Community, by the way? Like the things that you didn't know about?
Yeah.
But did you know about all the things?
I knew all the things.
Oh, you know all the Community.
Yeah.
things.
I mean, there's not a thing I don't know about Community because I'm obsessed. But it was still really cool. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Pop culture brain. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He's always really good. And yeah, I loved it.
Oh, I see cats every episode.
No, don't give him what he wants.
Don't
Don't, Katie, please don't encourage him.
wait. What did I miss? I mean, if it's about cats and
It's just
Don't
Pablo,
tell me.
Pablo won't shut up about cats.
Do I
No.
sing Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat, the cat of the railway
I didn't know it was
train?
about cats. I didn't know it was about the musical
What
cats.
is that? That smells delicious.
He's
AP.
eating a whole pizza.
You just coming in here with your delicious smelling food. Tempted. No, we go to Lazy Dog after this. It's Bert. You burnt that pizza.
He'll be hungry. He's a bottomless pit.
That kid eats.
Yeah, that kid can
it
eat
does
a
look-
whole jar of pickles.
It does look burnt.
Do you want a American Psycho remake?
I mean, I fear everything's going to be remade. Okay. So that's one thing that I don't feel is sacred because it is so political. And so I feel like they can do new things with it, interesting things, evolve it.
It's not going to be like based in the 80s Wall Street kind of thing. It'll be a newer.
I mean, it 100% will be because, but they might be able to get more into,
the breakdown of
the breakdown of it.
the character.
I'm just saying that that's something that I think that could keep evolving and being something.
Ty's not here next week. Is Tommy Jeff not here next week? Next week on the show we have returning the OC facialist, my facialist. Andrea
I love
McKeon's
her.
going to be in the building, and we did kind of tap on it last time, but this time
She loves Patrick Bateman.
we are definitely going to
Yes.
get her to do a step-by-step breakdown
I'm sad
of
I'm not going to be
the
here.
American
Aw.
Psycho skincare routine. So if you want to know a little bit about it, does from a genuine facialist, if that American Psycho skincare routine actually works, we're gonna get the answers. We're getting to the bottom. We're like, this is real journalism shit that we're doing on the Deeper Issues Nerdcast.
But I don't think that that's a movie that you can not. It should be allowed to be remade. There's movies that I don't think should, like Princess Bride.
Are they remaking that?
They always talk about it.
Yeah, get the fuck.
But
out
don't touch it.
That
Don't
and
touch
Back to the Future. I'm
Back
like,
to the
don't-
Future.
No,
don't.
so-
You can't.
Actually, you know what? If we were, this was not as insane times that we were living in. One of the things that I did learn this week was about the Robert Zemeckis having the rights to Back to the Future, and he owns all the rights, and he would have to give his consent in order to get that movie remade, which he stated that it will never be remade.
Good.
And that there will be no sequels. And
Who are
that
the rights left to?
and so his estate.
Yeah, who has control of it?
Yeah, exactly. So who knows what the Zemeckis estate will do after, but there will not be any new Back to the Future aside from the comic written by Bob Gale. I want to say that's a little bit of the backstory of how Doc met Marty, but I think that was original script note stuff that they adapted into a comic book. But Zemeckis has stated that will never happen as long as
Yeah.
he's alive.
The thing about remakes and reboots,
Sorry.
nothing is safe. There are some things that should be sacred, but they're not. So, just get ready. Just prepare.
Just remake some bad shit.
Remake some bad shit.
Like the Skull. Well, the Skulls is fantastic, but I'm just saying remake some-
There's so many things that you could remake that had so much potential
yeah.
that just flopped. And but then just leave cult classics alone. But that being said, I do think a political movie or one that's about toxic masculinity.
Yeah, like kind of a lot of social kind of commentary.
I
involved
feel
in
like
it.
that's something that could be remade and brought to today's audience, and it should be. In a
Have
way.
you ever seen American Psycho?
Yeah, with Patrick Bateman.
No, with Christian Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale.
Wait, his name is
That's
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, his name is Patrick.
He
Bateman.
got it right.
He kind of got it. Yeah.
Wait, am I wrong or am I wrong?
A little bit of both. Anyway,
It's Christian Bale plays a character called Patrick Bateman. You know the name Patrick Bateman. You're fucking ahead of the game.
I'm open for it. Don't remake American History X. I have problems with American History X.
Well, don't
It got
remake that
cheesy.
movie because that movie should be left where it's at. No,
Yeah.
no one wants to see that again.
No, but people should watch American History
Oh,
X.
People
I
yeah.
should
think.
watch it.
I think a lot of people should be watching American History X.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't. I don't think that's gonna be. Well, I don't know. Studios fucking run out of ideas.
They really do. They be running out of ideas.
If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber,
Don't remake Gone with the Wind. Just leave that.
just leave that shit alone. We're good.
Just leave it.
You know what's funny is I probably will remake Valentine. I'm waiting for somebody to remake Citizen Kane.
They won't touch that.
There's the
Yeah,
Kane.
right.
Citizen
If like
Kane.
Robert Egger was like, I want to remake Citizen Kane, people would be like, oh, Robert Egger's gonna remake Citizen Kane. It's gonna be great.
Nah.
Yeah, you would love it. You'd be one of
I
those
would?
people. Yeah, you'd be those
I
that
fear
pro Robert Egger remaking Citizen Kane.
that you're calling me a poser.
I'm not calling you a poser at all.
I don't know what you're calling me, but I'm offended.
She's offended.
I'm offended by that.
If you were an Amazon Prime subscriber, apparently you had the opportunity. I think it's too late now.
No, I literally did it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can
I
get
will
early
send you the
access
link.
screening to see Superman, the new Superman movie directed by James Gunn on July 8th at a Cinemark. Is that what you're saying? I want to go see it at a Cinemark and I want to go see it in IMAX.
See it wherever you damn well please, as long as Fandango uses it.
I think also once more when we're talking about burnout and the awfulness of everything that's happening in the world, we really fucking need this movie right now.
Dude, July is going to be right now. I think we're in a good momentum of movies, right? We have like How to Train Your Dragon coming out next week.
That's coming out.
yeah.
No, that's coming out
This
week.
week, excuse me,
It's
this
coming out
week.
Friday.
We should go.
28 years later comes out the following week.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
And then we're at Jurassic World. And then we're at Superman. And then we'll hit
As you
Fantastic
can
Four.
see from all the Dr. Peppers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Jurassic. I mean, I'm gonna go see Jurassic World. I'm not like gonna be like, oh, Jurassic World's gonna be amazing.
Dude, I'm stoked. I'm taking my nephew for his birthday. We got him 4DX tickets because we told him about how my brother and I went to Captain America. And he's like, I want to see that in that thing that you and my dad did. I'm like, I can make that happen.
Are you a fan of the
Am I a fan?
4D?
I'm not. I'm only doing it because he wants to go, and I know there's water in this movie, so it should be an experience. I'm not like, oh my god, I need to go see every movie.
Aren't
in
you concerned
4DX.
about where the water comes from?
Look, I go to Disney. I go on the water rides at Disneyland. I'm not worried.
I get it.
You know,
I'm saying not just from a good movie standpoint. I think the world just needs like a positive moral
and Superman.
compass, and it seems like James Gunn really landed the fucking Superman thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I was even saying this, it's like there have been like a lot of like spoilers out there. It's kind of impossible to avoid a lot of the spoilers around Superman. But James Gunn does this awesome thing because I even remember like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was coming out. Like there was a lot of information coming out about that movie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, it's still like it doesn't give anything away to where it makes the movie not watchable. Like he still has things in there that are so good that you're like, you have to see this movie. But I think that the world just needs like a somebody who like hopeful. And that was one of the things that we were going to talk about now is the All-Star Superman comic that so I think this Superman for All Seasons and then a few other stories that he kind of pulled from in order to kind of like amalgamate them all into his James Gunn-esque version of Superman. And Superman is an immigrant who fights for truth, justice, and the American way.
He is an illegal alien.
He is a literal alien. There's the one time where maybe it's okay to say alien because he is from another planet, right? And early reportings were always like his inspiration behind it was Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, which if you know anything about that movie, it's about a man who is very ideological, thinking he is going to step into Washington and be able to like, you know, do good, and realizing that like there's a lot of corruption and cynicism within that space. And how does he like keep his wholesome, good ideology intact amongst really cynical insanity of what is Washington, and probably the timing couldn't be better for something like this. And we just need something hopeful, like a symbol of genuine hope. And the movie just looks
Also,
fun and endearing.
Lex Luthor's going to be in it.
Also,
Oh my god.
Billionaire.
the Lex of the deal.
Evil. Gonna take him down.
Yeah. Right?
That bitch is out. He's going down.
Yeah,
And
no,
bowl cuts.
and bowl cuts, which look, I'm so
Guy Gardner.
my ideal casting for that Guy Gardner, by the way, was always Sean William Scott, Stifler.
Oh my god.
I feel like he would have been, and now Sean William Scott is like kind of campaigning to be Booster Gold. And
They've already casted.
did they already cast Booster Gold? Who?
I can never pronounce his name right.
Sean William Scott.
I thought Sean William Scott should have been
Okay,
Guy
I know
Gardner.
that you said Stifler, right? And
Yeah.
I've never seen
One
him.
from
I've never seen American whatever pie.
Pie. You never seen American Pie?
Nah, I never seen it. But he's in like Evolution, right? That's the same guy, or are you talking about?
Yeah,
the
I think he's in
Jason-
Evolution. He was in the most recent season of Righteous Gemstones.
Never seen.
Great freaking show. Yeah, Sean
Oh.
William Scott, Stifler.
But-
You've never seen American Pie?
No, but
Shannon Elizabeth was like an icon.
Allison Hannigan's in it.
Yeah. She
But-
is.
I've never seen it, so we should just move past that.
It did not. There's a lot
I
of
don't think. I feel like I missed it. I feel like I missed it because I feel like if I watch it now, I'd be like,
It was a moment in time. Yeah, there's cringy stuff in there, but it's also still hilarious.
Kumal Nanjanji.
Is going to play Booster Gold.
Yeah, that was already announced.
oh, he's in
Eternals.
yeah, and
That actually
the
sounds awesome.
the metal one where
Well, he was in friggin' Silicon Valley.
Yes.
And he was in what's the one where like he meets his girlfriend who goes in like a coma and she has to meet her parents.
and it's based off of
Oh,
his
his
yeah.
actual
wife's-
relationship.
It's like the yeah.
Ray
I know what you're
Romano's
talking
in
about.
it.
Yeah, Ray Romano is. in it.
He's really funny though.
He is,
He's really funny, but he's also
and he was in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire as the Fire Master.
Oh, the Big Sick.
The Big Sick.
Yeah.
big.
Yeah. He was great as that. We quote the Fire Master in my house all the time.
Nice.
I may be your worst nightmare. No, look, we need hope. We need something good, and we need this moral symbolism of pure goodness. And Superman is the ultimate immigrant story.
Wait a second,
It is.
Sean William Scott.
He's fucking
Wait,
Stifler,
I'm just
dude.
saying. I'm just saying. Can I say something?
Okay. Go ahead. Get it out.
Does he play Gay Mac?
In
It's Always Sunny.
ooh.
Because if I
Look, I'm gonna pull up a picture, okay, of Sean William Scott for you. He is, you know,
I
he's in
think I'm thinking
Southland
of the
Tales,
same person.
which I love. Southland
Never
Tales.
seen it.
Jeez.
Spell his name?
Sean William Scott.
Sean-
Come on, do you not know?
Gay Mac.
Is he Gay Mac and It's Always Sunny? Look,
Gay. Well, Country Mac.
Oh, is that what it is?
Gay Country Mac.
Let's find out.
You know, it's funny. I don't see him as Guy Gardner, but I definitely see him as Booster Gold.
Oh, I'm happy he's acting like he's really good. He's funny and good.
Well, I think Nathan Fillion's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I
he's
like the
great.
bowl cut. I think you know who I've noted also.
Oh my god, he's the Final Destination. That's
Nathan
right.
Fillion. What?
Nathan Fillion's playing Guy Gardner in that movie. He's a
Oh,
Green
okay.
Lantern.
But who's? Never mind. I lost the plot.
Who's Superman? David Cornsweat.
But why are we talking about
Booster
Oh,
Gold.
Okay,
Is
Booster
who
Gold.
we're
Booster
jumping
Gold.
around a little bit. Booster
Okay.
Gold. Okay.
I got it.
Let me nerd explain.
I'm
No.
locked in. No,
This
I'm
is
locked.
fair.
Don't nerd explain to me,
No,
brother.
not to you. To
I'm
the people
locked
in the who don't know who Booster Gold is. Booster Gold is this
Go
cool
off, then.
character in the DC universe, and he's kind of this smug asshole. But Booster Gold is not really a superhero. Booster Gold is like from 1,000 years in the future, who has futuristic technology, who is this basically washed up football quarterback who is a has-been who never was in his time, and he uses technology to travel back into the era where Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman live in. And in turns, he has all this technology that makes him a superhero, and he just wants it for the accolades of it
Right.
all. So Kumal, what's it? You're like, don't ask me to pronounce it again. The Fire Master. Come on, what's his name? Dang it, is a really
He's also in Only Murders in the Building. last
yes,
season.
he
Yeah.
is he is a great choice. Not the first choice I would have thought of, but I'm so on board with that. If he's Booster
He
Gold.
can act cocky for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
especially now, like he was jacked in Eternals, right? Like
Dude, he was
He's
he was-
jacked.
dude, he was
Yeah.
jacked.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
jacked.
When he came out, I was like, that's him? What?
Yeah. So, which is crazy. It's like that trend of Hollywood comedians like becoming super jacked, but that is such a cool role for him. And so Booster Gold is a really
He's
interesting
rumored
character.
to play.
And then what's cool about Booster Gold is he has like these like kind of like moral dilemmas all the time because he's not really a hero. He just
No.
wants to be a hero for the fame of it all. But he's put into situations where he has to be heroic. And that's what's interesting about him is like that conflict of like, oh shit, like now it's time to do hero shit.
Mm.
And how he kind of handles that. But he is a very endearing character. But let me tell you, Rachel Brosnan, Marvelous Miss Maisel,
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's already replaced Terry Hatcher in my favorite Lois Lane category.
Oh.
And I think she is going to
You haven't even seen it yet.
Look, I've seen enough.
You saw the clip where she's like,
I think
reviewing
she's
I've
it?
gonna
seen
be-
enough
I
of
think she'd
clips
be
of
really
her.
good.
I've seen enough of her.
She can be good.
I didn't realize Miss Maisel was just so marvelous outside of that role
That was
on
such a
so many
bad
different levels.
joke.
That was like,
I-
it took him a minute too.
That
That's
was a
what's
bad-
funny.
I was trying to think of the right wording for it, but look, she's a great Lois Lane. And I'm into it. She may be entering my top 5 with Sydney Sweeney. Like all I'm saying is like
What the fuck?
hot dog. Hot dog. Hold on. Can I show you something really quick?
He's gonna look up a picture of her.
No, I believe me. I know how hot she is.
I didn't say that. I didn't say all that.
You
I
said
didn't-
rival Sydney Sweeney, so I just figured. I don't know.
Right.
Look-
He's
I
like,
don't
where's
know
her
what you're
soap?
up to.
that's not where I
That's not where you're going?
maybe is where I was going. But
'Cause
We
like
all
Are
know
you,
where it was going.
Are you saying Sydney Sweeney's acting, sir?
Sydney Sweeney, but here's the thing is
Don't avoid the
she
question.
also
Yep.
is
Because
a really good actor. Can you
Mm,
can we just like her acting chops are definitely
Her what?
her acting chops.
her chops.
Her chops are acting chops. They are, yeah, she is gonna
I'm excited to see Crypto.
she's gonna kill it in this role.
Yeah.
Can I
No, I
yeah, I
believe
mean, what's
you.
going on
Why
here?
are you zoomed into
I'm
that
not
part?
I can't see a photo.
I
No,
just-
because he's zoomed in a crazy way.
she just look, but also
That
just like
picture specifically,
she looks
you're a
like
sick man.
not only does she seem like I love like how smart like
He's zoomed
and
in
Oh, I know
funny
he's
that.
zooming in.
Yeah.
she is, but
yeah.
what are you talking about? But
Yeah.
she also like looks the role, like looks the part so well.
No, she looks like Lois Lane.
Yeah, like, and I love like that was the one thing beef. I know this is weird, but the one beef that I had with Amy Adams, I'm like, oh, she would have been a good, but why wouldn't you dye your hair darker? And I can already imagine like Amy Adams' like PR team being like, well, Amy's signature red hair has to be in the movie, and it's like, but that's Lois Lane's like this like darker hair,
Right.
kind of just like
Mm.
she's a little bit more downplayed. Like she's beautiful, but isn't, I don't know, not always has to like dress up the part.
I always thought that Lois Lane should be a ginger.
I didn't like who's the original Lois Lane, Margaret Kidder,
Yeah.
because she had like smoked and she had those weird smoker teeth, and I'm just everybody
Ooh.
at the time was like, Margaret Kidder's beautiful. I was like, the weird smoker teeth you guys liked.
When she had
Rest
like
her
yellow,
soul, she was
yellow
fantastic.
teeth.
Yeah, go
Look up-
watch that
No,
original
I-
Superman. But don't get me wrong, the Can You Read My Mind flying sequence still does a lot like for me, like hits all the emotional notes. But Rachel, what's it? Ross? How do you even pronounce her name?
But I'll say here's the real question, Pablo.
Roshan.
Brosham?
What do you-
Brosham?
I don't know.
What do you think of Jimmy Olsen?
I love his casting choice too. I love all the casting
The
choices in this
casting's
movie.
so good.
But Lois
the
Lane,
casting's
not
really good.
for these like Lois. I think she's gonna kill it, and I think Corn Sweat.
You
looks-
said Lois Lane, not just for these.
these reasons is what I make. I meant not just for these reasons. Look,
I can't be affiliated.
there
with this.
is.
We're not.
I'm gonna just tell people out there, if you go look at
Sure.
some of these award show outfits,
Some of these.
um,
Listen to me, you guys. If you just looks at some of these
Rachel
pictures of Rachel,
Brosnahan. Oh, I gotta get Google.
Brosnahan.
Brosnahan. Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. I just didn't realize what was happening there. That I got caught off guard seeing her in a award show dress, and I'm like,
okay.
what's happening here? I mean,
You zoomed
I
into
just
a very
thought she was
specific-
a little bit more. I thought, I don't know what I thought.
I don't know. What
We
you
all
thought.
knew what you were thinking.
I
We know what you thought.
don't know what I thought, but I was just taken aback by seeing something that I didn't know I was thinking about. I don't know. Look,
You didn't know she had them
Shut up.
cannons.
I didn't realize it.
She had them melon ballers.
I did not know. Rachel Brosnahan, good on you. Prepare to kill it as Lois Lane. That's all.
Oh,
The
dump
stuff.
it.
Today's haul.
I didn't go to a comic shop this week.
I did.
I didn't go to a comic shop this week because, like I said, we're dealing with. I didn't know, y'all. But
Don't
I will
do that.
I
Own
will-
it.
I will go to a comic shop. Look, she's stacked, all right? I don't know what to say. I didn't realize she was so stacked. I just didn't know. It was just like I got caught off guard. I thought there was a little bit more modesty under there. You see, I don't know. I don't know what I thought. I hadn't watched all the Marvelous Miss Maisel, apparently, but people were like, yeah, duh, you didn't know that? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. But
Hey, I didn't watch a Marvelous Miss Maisel. I didn't know she had tits out.
I didn't know. Apparently that happens on the show.
Oh yeah, well yeah, she nude in it a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well,
it makes me maybe
I don't watch.
maybe I'm gonna
I
go
seen,
back
like,
and
the
watch
first
the Marvelous Miss Maisel. I don't know.
Diddy's like, I've seen enough.
I seen the first season. I did want to watch the second. I did.
Is this the show that like she breaks fourth wall and like talks to the audience, or is that thinking of something different?
No, I think that you're thinking of
does stand up.
Fleabag.
Fleabag. Yes.
Is
okay.
Phoebe Waller-Bridger.
Yes. Where she goes, shit.
Mosquito
her-
bites
this
on
is her
her.
jacket.
Yeah, no, she's no Rachel Brosnahan. I think like look number
So sorry.
uh
I have to go.
but Ty went to a comic shop. We are going to talk about some comics here that are a little bit more topical. I didn't because look, there was a lot going on in general
busy man.
in life. No, but I mean just
No, you're good.
it was
man.
tough. It was tough. But I'm going to go back to my local comic shop.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Once more, so what we do here is we try to highlight number one comics you need no prior knowledge or insight to be able to enjoy. So you don't necessarily need to have a full 30 years of backstory on what happened in the DC universe to be able to enjoy a comic. You can walk into your comic shop and hopefully find some of these books through this really beautiful artistic medium that we love, which is comics. Ty did go to a comic shop. Once more, I would say pick up All-Star Superman
100%.
at your local comic shop because if you're
100%.
into the idea of this new Superman movie, you will absolutely love Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely, one of my favorite artists. Not just Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely, really quick time. Sorry, before you get into your
No,
haul.
please show off that art. Man.
Colored by Jamie Grant. It's Jamie Grant's coloring with Frank Quitely's art, not to mention Grant Morrison's beautiful classic Silver Age comic storytelling style that makes it easily, arguably one of the best, if not the best Superman comic ever written. And like once more above the other books that you'd probably like would be All-Star Superman, but the colors in this book are fantastic, phenomenal, beautiful, stunning. This art is out of this world. And like look at this shot of potentially Rachel Brosnahan in that outfit. Look,
Actually breathing on the moon.
yeah, like this is just beautiful. I'm thinking like I've contemplated this for years of having an All-Star Superman tattoo, but the coloring
Wow.
in this book is nothing short of breathtaking.
Mhm.
Have you never seen this book, did he?
No, I've read it.
So
It's been a minute.
I've read
since
it, but
read it.
It's been a minute.
but it's
There's
it's
a
been minute.
beautiful scene there with Superman just being Superman, is the wonderful empathetic human that he is or was raised to be. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna spoil it. Watch the movie. Check it out. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can watch it on July 8th. I will.
Yeah.
Ty, what'd you get at the comic shop?
Yeah. Speaking of Superman, it's funny. My local comic book shop, was talking to my buddy Funky, and he was like, "Yeah, I only order one of these."
Shout out to Funky at Comic Book Hideout in Fullerton, by the way.
who might be at our event this Friday. Check him out.
Hope so.
Check out his art. Mad of Steel. So Mad Magazine.
Oh, a little Mad
yeah.
Magazine there, huh?
Let's take a look.
I mean, I can't. I don't want you
Okay.
to throw it, and I don't think I can reach it from
Oh,
where
I got
I'm
it.
sitting. If you guys, oh,
So Mad Magazine.
what's on your shirt, by the way? Who are those eyeballs?
No,
yeah.
this is Bring Me the Horizon. This was like their little pop-up shop exclusive tee.
Looks like
Are
Remick
these?
looking at me.
Are these like?
Open it.
But are these like? Is Mad Magazine? I thought because they were done, right? But are these reprints?
So I don't know because I went to Barnes and Noble and I saw a Mad Magazine, but it wasn't that one. So maybe this is only
This
through
says
Trade
number
News World.
44 of August 2025. So we have to Tommy Jeff. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
dang.
but I'm gonna say that these could, because I know they like not just to just stop the publication, but I think one of the things they're saying is like they will reprint issues. And yeah, you know what? I know for sure this is a reprint because I have seen this.
Nice.
This is the Super Duper Man, which is the because it has like the Marlon Brando,
Oh, okay.
Christopher Reeves kind of parody in it. So it seems like they just compiled all of the best Superman
Okay, cool.
Mad Magazines gets.
Right, Mad
and
of
it-
Steel makes sense.
And they, what is happening over here, Benny?
Well, he wants to get into that tiny space,
He wants to get in this
and he
little.
did, and he did.
He just squeezed into the tiniest little cubby.
He was trying to figure it out, and he did it.
What are you doing in there?
What-
All right,
Cats like to be in small spaces.
I can see that. This is dope though. So yeah, this is, I guess, in honor of the new Superman movie. It looks like all the Superman comics
Nice.
they even did the one of the Supergirl one. They call it Supergal.
Oh. Yeah, it was like on their little like staff pick of the week, and there was only one sitting there, so I grabbed
Dude,
it.
this is a good find.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have my dad check it out. And it's funny too because I'm going on this trip, and I feel like one of the first times I went on an airplane, we went to like the little shop at the airport. My dad bought me a Mad Magazine for Revenge of the Sith,
Nice.
and he was like, "Oh, read this on the plane." I'm like, "Okay," and that was like one of my first like comics I read at a newsstand type of thing. But
Aw.
You know what's crazy too is we are losing our mind. I mean, the Superman movie is going to be awesome and is going to kick off,
oh yeah,
obviously, like the DC universe that James Gunn is helping build already. But the one thing we're not talking about is that there is a Supergirl movie that's already in production
yeah,
with Millie Alcock of House of the Dragon.
right. Woman of
As
Tomorrow.
which is probably it's like a more recent comic. If you want to read a good Supergirl story, it's written by Tom King. It's called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is what they're basing the Millie Alcock Supergirl movie off of. Because Tom King, I think he's a really awesome comic book writer who's kind of, I think, on James Gunn's little council of people who are helping write the like main giant arc across the DC universe.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm so glad that they actually included some Supergirl stuff in there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude, Mad Magazine's classic, dude.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I'm stoked.
What's the guy's name from Mad?
Kenneth.
Like, the mascot? Oh, it's so funny. I just have to say Alfred E. Newman. Yeah, Alfred Newman of Mad Magazine. It's really good.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, that's a good one. Good find. So if you're a fan of Mad Magazine, if you want to see some funny parody comics, what was that? $4.99?
$4.99.
Yeah, magazine.
$5.99. I don't know.
That's a good one. Mad Magazine.
Yeah, dude, super stoked. Speaking of number ones, I know we don't normally do Marvel or DC, but I did pick up because it is Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, who had previously done a Batman and Robin comic. This is Batman and Robin, but Jason Todd.
Jason Todd,
Jason
Robin.
Todd.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like it.
It's just funny too because like I've always liked
the
the Red
sassy,
Hood,
the spiciest
The
of
spiciest
Robins.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
the one that was okay with killing.
And the
Well, he
art
became
is
okay with
sick.
killing him. No, not under Bruce's thumb though.
No, like, and it's funny too because like you do see Robin at, because I don't know. For me, I didn't read all of Death of the Family. I read part of it. I didn't experience this Jason Todd. I only grew up reading Red Hood, so like seeing him being like defiant and that this relationship he has with Batman.
Yeah.
He's telling Bruce like, "Let me go. Like it's just a scratch," and he goes, "No, we're done for now. Like we're gonna regroup." And he goes, "No, I can get him." And it's just the classic like.
Yeah, he's the defiant.
I'm
Robin.
gonna get the job done. Like I'm not gonna let him get away with it. Super stoked. Take a look.
Who ends up once more? So Jason Todd, for those of you who may not know, Jason Todd is
The second Robin.
the second Robin. And so Dick Grayson was the original Robin, who was like the Flying Graysons, who was this like circus performer who ends up becoming Robin, Batman's sidekick. But then Dick Grayson grows up and becomes his own superhero and becomes Nightwing. And then eventually, so the way that Batman meets Jason Todd, actually, he's in Crime Alley, and Jason Todd's like stealing the wheels off the Batmobile.
Yeah.
He's like lifting stuff off the Batmobile. And he realizes he's like basically a kid who's coming from a hard home, and his parents basically just bailed on him. And he does take him in, and he becomes the second Robin. But comic book readers at the time in the 80s didn't like him because he was just a snarky, douchey, defiant kid.
You got to vote.
Yeah, and basically you may have heard this before, but basically there was like a thing at the back of a comic. They're like, hey, we want people to call this 1-800 number because there's this like story that's going to pay off from, is Jason Todd, do we want the Joker to kill Jason Todd? And people were able to vote on if they wanted Jason Todd to die or not. And enough people voted, and he ends up getting killed by the Joker, and
the crowbar,
and
they hated him so much.
Yeah, it kills him with a crowbar. They did hate him, and it now is such a pivotal part of Batman canon and lore. But what happens is Jason Todd eventually, there's a whole long thing about it, but ends up coming back to life because nobody dies in comic books. And when he comes back to life, he comes back as his character named the Red Hood. And the reason why he's the Red Hood was because that was the Joker's original villain like moniker before he fell into the vat of the acid that made him the Joker. So there's like a little thing there, but he takes that mantle of the Red Hood, who kind of has this faceless red faced helmet character, and is the vigilante. He's a vigilante, so he does fight crime, but he crosses that line Batman will not, which is he is willing to kill. And
he's basically DC's Punisher.
Yeah, basically, exactly right. That's a great analogy. He's basically DC's Punisher, but there's that friction and that love that Batman has for him, but obviously doesn't agree with his methods. But yeah, so this is Jeff Lemire and who
Dustin Nguyen, who did Descender.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is this
Ascender, and
this is beautiful, man.
Yeah, this does water. Dustin Nguyen's. I think he's a SoCal native too.
I am so into this.
I met him a couple times at the cons. He's always usually at the cons. Nicest guy. Amazing art. If you have not read Descender, a number one issue. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is beautiful. It's watercolors. It's these beautiful, beautiful watercolors. Yeah.
When I saw this was coming, I was like, I have to get this.
Dude, now I need to get this. Yeah. This is so cool. And the cover is by Jeff Lemire, famously of Sweet Tooth, that show that Robert Downey Jr. and his wife didn't truly understand the comic for, that they ended up making for Netflix.
I liked it.
I just don't feel like they understood some of it.
Sure.
Wait. What?
Sweet Tooth. Robert Downey Jr. and his wife produced that show.
Oh.
Through DC Studios.
Yeah.
You don't like the show?
I liked the show to an extent. It wasn't the story that I loved.
It definitely wasn't.
I need to finish. Don't spoil it. I'm almost done.
All right,
I haven't watched the last season yet.
All right. Well, yeah. All right.
No.
But the last season.
I have beef.
I'm on the last season. Hold on.
All right.
What other things did you get?
So the number one issue that came out this week.
Yes.
Yeah,
that we're not reading for other reasons.
Well, I'll end with that one. So the one I was stoked for this week, Umbrella Academy is back, baby.
Yeah,
it is.
Well, it's not really Umbrella Academy.
It's not really Umbrella Academy.
It's the Sparrow Academy.
Sparrow Academy.
Yes.
If you're a fan of the Netflix show and Gerard Way and My Chemical Romance.
And My Chemical also just had their their reissue of 3 Cheers to Sweet Revenge.
Yeah.
Went to a whole event. I hope
there's a vinyl that I want to get.
Oh, let me know. I ordered a bunch.
Did you?
You ordered a
bunch?
bunch
Why
of
a
the
bunch?
vinyls?
Well, okay. The Zorro. You talk about the Zorro because that's sold out. I only bought one of those.
Yeah, just like there's like a deluxe version of their vinyl that of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge that has like
Right. There's different variants.
oh,
I didn't know which one variant you were talking about. Sorry.
there is different variants. I know. So you just got one of each,
I got the Zorro Trip. I should have bought 2 because that thing sold out.
and you're just gonna decide which one you like the most, and
Give
I'll
me
buy
one.
whatever you like.
Okay.
I'll take whatever one you want the least.
Give me one.
I'll give you guys.
Sorry.
I mean, I'll buy one.
I'll give you
Give
guys
me one.
options. I didn't buy like a whole lot, guys. Hold on. Okay, so Sparrow Academy's back. This kind of takes place during the other events. So want to nerd explain this?
Yeah. If you like the Umbrella Academy, if you watch the Netflix show, it's basically about some children that were sporadically born to mothers without fathers, just like randomly
They just kind of
give birth.
give birth, and they all have most of them superpowers. There's a character named Sir Reginald Hargraves who finds 7 of them. So that's what the public knew. He actually found 14 of them. The 7 of which became the Umbrella Academy.
Well, he got 7 of them.
He got through. Well, I'm talking about the
Adoption.
comic. I'm
Do
talking
they
about
ever
the
really
comic.
talk about how he acquires these children?
It says unorthodox methods, and some of them were giving in the show. They were like, "Oh, he
He
paid
bought
the women."
them.
Yeah,
He bought these children.
the
The
ones
human
that were.
trafficker.
Yeah,
But
For
isn't the
superheroes.
Sparrow Academy like the,
The alternate
alternate
version.
universe of which in that he didn't get the 7 that he got?
so in the show, yes,
Well, in the comic books.
in the comics, but this in this at least in this iteration, he's saying there was 14.
that he got.
He got 14. The other 7 were hidden in like the Soviet Union,
Interesting.
and then that's when they confront
Which is the actual Umbrella Academy.
Academy. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
okay.
but like I think because I don't want without spoiling it too much. They
How many issues?
What issue came out?
Oh, okay.
I just bought.
No, but how many issues total of it?
6. 6 will be out.
Dark Horse Comics, you sons of guns.
So I did.
Let me
You did it.
see.
You bought all the covers.
I didn't buy all the covers.
You bought
bought
most
3?
of the
I
covers.
bought 4 out of the 6.
Oh my! All right.
4 out of the 8. 4 out of the 8. All
Because
right.
the other ones, I'm sure, are super intense ratio variants. That
no,
are really...
no, that's not even counting those. I didn't even count those.
Oh,
I'm not
wow,
even trying to
okay.
get the ratio variants. I
You
just wanted
nerd.
what I want. So this is the David Aya cover. I just really liked the art. I have it on my phone. That's why I'm looking down.
Yeah,
The Jill Thompson cover, which is like very similar to like when they first came out.
Yeah.
that's cool.
There was like the original like cover Bs. I had to get the Tula Lotte cover, and shout out to my local comic book.
Sick.
This is the only one they had at least.
that one's beautiful.
Yeah, this is my favorite
in the
one.
birdcage.
Well, one of my favorite
Damn.
ones. This was the only one they had because I pre-ordered it. Cover A, I really liked. This actually tells a lot of the story.
in there.
So this whole thing is called.
Give you
It's
20
like
bucks for
Relic-
that right now.
I mean, they have them at the shop.
They
I don't.
have
I
the
feel
shop for
dirty
$6.
charging you
Yeah.
20 bucks?
20 bucks.
You're
I'll
lost.
buy it.
Yeah, right.
I'll,
Not
I'll
getting
see
those
what
20
I'll see
bucks?
what's up at my shop.
Yeah.
I mean, let me know. I'll just get you one at my shop. But Plan
Yeah.
B, it's kind of like the storyline starts.
Just
It's
a
like again
notice
because they're not
21?
aware
Oh,
of the
man.
kids, right? They're not aware of the other 7, so they go on this plane. This is wild. This whole cover tells a story.
Tells a story, yeah.
They,
Oh, that's
the
so
other
cool.
7 go on this plane because there's a man that turns into a werewolf, and they have to stop him safely. Stop the plane safely. Like, hey, we're here to stop you. And he goes, no, Sir Reginald Hargraves. You guys don't know what he is. He's bad.
He
Obviously,
is.
they don't know what's
He's
kind
bad.
of going on. And maybe the reason why these children weren't announced to the public is because they're all unstable.
Is
Check it out.
it's 6
Sparrow Academy.
Sparrow
it's
Academy, $4.99.
6 issues though?
Yes, next issue doesn't come out till next month.
Gerard Way's been a busy little bee.
He
God,
is,
he's
and he's going on tour, which I'm also going
Yeah.
to. The number 1 that came out from No Prior Knowledge
Yeah,
from
we
What's-
really wanna
that's
read
Oni
that.
Press,
Oni
who
Press.
has now EC
EC.
Comics.
It's called Blood Type, another vampire story about Ada. Who,
Another vampire story.
and it's cool. What's cool about this book?
What is it called? Blood type.
Blood Type. My shop did have the blank variant I wanted, but it was kind of dirty, so I didn't want it.
Who
There's
or what
a-
is blood type? Who or what?
Who or what?
The next shocking year of EC Comics.
So classic vampire has the powers of biting and transforming people. She's basically going to hunt.
Oh,
Goes on an island and finds that there is they're called, ironically, also called ghouls.
so apparently too. This is also the reason why it's an EC Comics is because it's coming out of EC's Epithys for Abyss from the Abyss anthology
Yes,
comic.
from the Abyss.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Oni Press has EC Comics, which is an old horror comic company
Mhm.
that now basically they print anthology books, which are just like a bunch of little short stories from different writers and creators. And one of them, I guess, got so popular that is now Blood Type.
Yes.
Yes.
I really like the
It
art,
looks
the cover.
good.
They did have a foil cover.
Is
for
this a
couple
Matt
bucks more.
Kint book? Am I reading that right?
Karina
Carmina Becco and
Becco.
Matt Kint.
I don't see Matt Kint's name on here. Let's see. Hold on, open it up again. I mean, I believe you. I just don't. It's
No,
not-
I
it's
mean,
not on
this
the
is
name
what
of the
I'm.
book.
And there was an issue 0. It looks like that was a free comic book day comic.
Possibly.
Who was Blood Type?
Written by Karina Becco, art by Andrea Sorrentino, colors by Dave Stewart.
Okay, so no
Richard
Matt.
Starking, cover A.
Why does it say Kent?
I don't know
everywhere?
why. Yeah, I don't know why it just says here. Maybe that was the issue 0. Was that
There's
was
a
written?
there's a Kyle Hutz variant. That's
I don't know.
Dave Brown, Jen Brown.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
So, what's the synopsis? Did you read it yet, or
I read the whole book. Yeah,
what do you think?
it's good.
If you like vampires,
You like vampires?
what's the? I became a vampire. To
Suck blood into fuck forever.
yeah.
No, it's good. I'm definitely probably will put this on my pull list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. This guy
This guy.
This
selling us
guy.
on Blood Type over here.
Dude. Yeah.
I really wanted to read.
Do
Yeah.
they suck blood and fuck forever in the comic?
Oh, but she is very hot.
Hey,
Take it.
Oh
or pass it.
Pass it.
yeah. Yeah. Number 1.
They
Blood
did.
Type
They
for-
had a foil cover. There, dude. The 1 of 25.
Oh, this is
rated.
cool art too, man.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. As soon as I opened, I was like, "This is right up my
yeah,
alley."
the art is.
You sent us that
super
video
cool.
about it. The
Mhm.
video is super cool.
Yeah,
Is there a video about it? Yeah, like the shadowing in this book is
dude, it's
is
good.
beautiful.
Good. The reds and the mixed with
Yeah.
the black ink. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like very intense dark blacks, like intense contrasts that create light in this really beautiful way. Yeah, and also a lot of little like line and details and things. I'm so into this.
The dialogue is good too.
Okay.
Yeah, like her narrating. What? Keep going to the panel where they use bats as the box.
I don't think I can show, but there's like even like they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this
No,
is
keep going.
cool.
I wanted
man.
you and Diddy to see the. You'll see it. It's like towards the end where she's attacking them.
Oh wow, the splash page with like the vampire, like
that,
this. This is cool as hell.
that is cool.
With
but
like the
no,
bats.
the
and so-
bats. Yeah.
dude, that's awesome.
I'm like, that's very clever.
That is very clever.
And it's like the bats are.
Oh, and that issue 2 cover looks awesome.
hmm
I'm into this.
All right.
Okay,
Hand it
Karina
over.
Bechko and Andrea Sorrentino and Dave Stewart and the folks at Oni Press. We have a contact, I think, at Oni Press.
Yes, we do.
that
Oh
we
my
don't
God.
leverage at all.
Do it
and
slower.
maybe we'll. That's a cool book. Anything else?
Ooh.
Well, I know we didn't really have like a book to talk about. I know we.
Well,
we
we
want-
have-
We, I mean, we have like these are the books I will talk about.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So in our political quote unquote rant, we chose two books to discuss.
Yeah.
Aside from All Star Superman, and then these are also some books I think that you can read about that are still pretty topical and relevant. Firstly, we're going to kind of go through James Tynion's Department of Truth, but I wanted to highlight one of the most influential novels of the 20th century. This is George Orwell's 1984 in comic book format. It was adapted by one Mr. Fido Nesti. Beautifully adapted, by the way. Once more, probably one of the most influential, important books within the last. I don't when was the book written? Even in like the 50s, right? And it's pretty insane. But it's kind of talk about this insane future. But basically, George Orwell's 1984 is a dystopian novel.
Hey,
That's set in
1949.
1949, right? It's set in a totalitarian society. It's basically where the party that rules it is led by this omnipresent figure that is known as this term that you may have heard of, Big Brother. The story follows Winston Smith. who's like a low-ranking member of the party who begins to question the basically the regime, and he starts seeking out truths and freedom in a world dominated by propaganda, surveillance, and thought control.
Yeah.
Right. The novel explores themes of censorship. Right. Explores themes of censorship, identity, and manipulation of reality.
Yeah. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength.
Wow. Yeah, I pulled that
Period.
quote. That is, yeah, that's exactly kind of what 1984 is about. Basically, the significance of this book.
You're living it.
And you're fucking living it, y'all. Or we want to not live it, right? This is why this sort of book exists. If you loved George Orwell's 1984, if you've never read George Orwell's 1984, Fido Nessie does a fantastic job in adapting this book and giving you the visuals in a way that pays such great honor to Orwell's original novel. And this is a beautiful, full hardcover graphic novel. It's the complete story. You can find it at your local comic shop. You can find it at your local Barnes and Nobles. It's $22, $22 for this beautiful. And even if you've already read the book, it's a beautiful coffee table book. Basically, the publication of 1984 had pretty profound cultural impact, right? It's influenced politics. It's helped discourage certain sort of things, and it's been referenced in points of debate, privacy, truth, and things such as government overreach. George Orwell's 1984, adapted by Fido Nestie. Highly recommend this book. $22, worth every penny. Can't recommend it enough. And I'm just like, I think this won the Eisner 3 years ago. The book, the adaptation came out in first published in Brazil. So Fido Nestie is Brazilian. So, but the book was released in 2021, and that was the year that I'm pretty sure it won an Eisner for best adaptation from classic literature into comic book format. I don't know if you've seen this or anybody else wants to. So definitely important book, important publication to read. We are all about, comics, getting you into your local comic shop, not needing your prior knowledge or insight. And then there's this beautiful medium that tells important stories out there as well. And George Orwell's 1984 is a pretty important story, I think, for a lot of people who have never read it. Definitely check it out in this format. Ty, you've got some books as well.
Yeah, so I think pretty cool. Definitely one of my favorite LA natives that does a lot of activism and does a lot of her own art and storytelling is Caden Phoenix. She does a lot of she did a whole series where there's different books about different princesses that were from different backgrounds, and she has the superhero team, the Latina princesses.
Okay.
So this is Novi, and the reason why I have this book is she was nice enough to dedicate it to my niece. She even did like a whole little message in there for my niece Ariana.
Oh, nice.
Shoot for the Stars. And I'll read you the back. Novi, Space Princess is the third book of the Majestic Native and Latina Princesses by Caden Phoenix. She's given a tachyon by her future mother, allowing her to travel anywhere within the galaxy. So it's really cool art. Definitely family friendly. If you have little ones at home that are starting to read comics or you want to get them into the comics.
So Latin creator there, Hispanic creator.
Yep.
Nice.
Going to see it.
Yes. And it's
right.
And LGBTQ as well.
Okay, right on.
Amazing ally. Amazing author, artist.
I gotta see this first too.
Yeah, please. Definitely one to look out for.
Like
and they are always at WonderCon, LA Comic Con, so definitely go support them if you ever see them.
Novi.
And again, they have a whole series of different
online anywhere? Is it?
Yeah, online. Caden has she has her own Kickstarters and website. And what's really cool, what I love about Caden, she has a program, and especially at least I've seen on every Kickstarter that there is an option to donate half of the books to a library.
That's awesome.
Or a local school. So she'll always donate extra books to the community.
This is so cute and good.
It's so good.
I want it to not your niece's copy, but I will get my own.
Yes. When we go to Comic-Con. We'll go to LA Comic Con.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get
we're
one.
to all the Comic Cons.
On a darker note.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Animal Castle.
Animal Castle.
Mhm.
Nestled in the heart of a farm forgotten by men, the Animal Castle is ruled with an iron hoof by President Silvio. The bull and its dog's militia savor their power, while the other animals are exhausted by work until the arrival of the mysterious Atzalar, a traveling rat who will teach them the secrets of civil disobedience.
So it's Animal Farm.
It's Animal Farm.
It's Animal Farm, but bloodier, and the animals talk.
Another
and-
George Orwell book.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Why are you pointing at me?
I'm just
I know.
saying. I'm
You're
just
like,
saying it.
what?
So, George Orwell obviously knows it, but yeah, Animal Farm. There's
Also relevant as
very
hell.
so relevant.
So relevant.
But also, this looks really, really cool. I've never seen this version of it, and I looked at some of the art in this already, and it was fantastic. And there's also even a really cool Tom King
Mhm.
comic that recently dropped that's called Animal Pound.
Yep.
That is basically also a retelling of Animal Farm. We live in crazy times where all this Orwellian novels are still so
Well, they were
topical.
written for a reason.
They were written for a reason, for sure. This is beautiful artwork, by the way. Felix Stelep. And I want to say it looks like Felix
No.
Stelep also did. I'm gonna have to track this down. Also did looks like the colors for it as well.
Yeah, from a blaze.
The animals talk in Animal Farm.
They did.
Yeah.
You said it's bloodier, which is also Animal Farm's very bloody, and then you said the animals talk too. No, it, but
No, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
the animals talk.
Talking to, hey, you like talking animals? I got the thing for you right here.
No, but
This
like,
looks good though. I like the art a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. They're bulls though, not the pigs, which is whatever. I
Yeah.
guess that makes is that like a
And a
touch on
rat.
Wall Street? I guess because a big bull on Wall Street. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, it's good. I forgot I had that. I was sitting on my shelf. I was looking for Department of Truth, and I saw that sitting there, and I was like, I forgot I had this.
Well, this rabbit
Oh,
looks like Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, and I knew that he'd be.
definitely not.
And I knew.
I knew he'd be out there being political
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah.
The book we're going to highlight today is, so the reason why we're highlighting is like it's not a new number one, but Image Comics, which is a publication that basically puts out a lot of creator-owned comics, which is kind of like the third biggest company now. There's like Marvel and DC. Image Comics gives creators a platform, allows them to keep their IPs, their intellectual properties, and just are a publication and a distributor. Has a series called Image Firsts, where they sell you issue ones of comic books for $1. And you can say, hey, I loved this issue one of the Department of Truth so much that now it is transitioned me, into wanting to buy a collected trade paperback. This case, this is a collected trade paperback of the Department of Truth by James Tynion of issues 1 through 5, which is all just $10. So you can get this $1 gateway, and you can say, I love it so much, I'm going to spend the $10 to getting issues 1 through 5, which is a pretty freaking great deal, by the way. James Tynion, artist Martin Simons, and let me see who the other team, because I know there's some really good. Martin Simons, letters by Aditya Bidikar, and I'm going to say that Martin Simons also did the coloring, and then it says designer Dylan Todd. So I would imagine, like the paneling in this book is pretty interesting. So I would imagine that, if you have a designer on there, that definitely makes a lot of sense. But this is Department of Truth by James Tynion, and you guys notice the pattern in the ongoing kind of topics here of this week's episode. The Department of Truth by James Tynion. Department of Truth. Basically, imagine if every conspiracy theory, and I say conspiracy theory, every theory, was real. In a world where belief shapes reality and a shadowy government agency races to control the narrative before it controls us. When a disillusioned FBI agent recruited into the FBI discovers that everything from flat earth to lizard people may exist, not because it's true, but because enough people believe that these things are real. Not because it's true, but because enough people believe it's real. right?
Yep.
There's so many.
Good night, folks.
So now reality begins to unravel. He must choose between the comforting lie or the terrifying truth. There's like, would you classify this as sci-fi? I don't. There's like
It's like sci-fi thriller, yeah.
sci-fi, American history, like fictional history. Obviously conspiracy. I don't like the term conspiracy theories. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, that's
because I feel like it's a really
called a best-selling conspiracy thriller.
I know, and I know a lot of people are, but I feel like conspiracy theory is just a way to discredit a theory.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, a lot of like what we're reading right now
But,
is like
yeah.
flat Earth and
Yeah, I mean, look,
but the movie.
I definitely don't think.
No, I know, but I'm saying like a lot as you go further down this series, like there's a whole special about Mothman, about Bigfoot.
Well, who's to say the Mothman Bigfoot?
No, I know. I'm just saying. Like,
I will say that the
that's-
flat earthers, that's probably a conspiracy theory. Like,
Yeah.
I will.
There is actually a cryptid that exists. That exists. There's a cryptid that it's called a tulpa, and it's something that you believe in so much that it actually exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could look like anything, and it could do anything,
Mm.
and it just exists because people believe that it exists.
Or it's like
called
a Bogart from Harry Potter. Is it a Bogart? Or
Well,
whatever?
yeah, but this is a real
This is a real cryptid.
It is, like Bigfoot,
Yeah, yeah.
Mothman, anything. So tulpa is a real cryptid that that
Yeah.
exists. And
I will say, I don't know. This was from the quote from one of the Planet of the Apes as well. One of my favorite film franchises. Like, good sci-fi usually is social commentary, and good sci-fi does this beautiful thing of creates a fictional narrative that allows you to change your perspective on real life issues oftentimes. And I love that this kind of works. This isn't so the synopsis is Cole Turner has studied conspiracy theories for all his life, from flat earth theory to the assassination of JK to modern day crisis, but he isn't prepared to live in a world where the collective belief can turn fringe theories. I like that
Yeah.
term a little bit better. Fringe theories into reality. That's the terrible secret revealed to Cole when he's inducted into the Department of Truth, a top secret branch of the American government that has been tasked for generations with making sure dangerous conspiracies don't gain foothold in the real world. But Cole pulls back the curtain on everything he's accepted as fact. He must ask himself whether this mysterious department is a force for good or it has a more sinister reason for wanting to control the truth. I like this because it is fiction, but once more, it's like I like the idea is like there's these fringe theories that become fact because enough people believe in it, right? And I think that's so relevant. Like there's so many narratives and theories and things that people will take as fact. And we live in an age where some people will literally be exposed to true facts and truths and statistics, but they want to believe in what they believe in so much that it has consumed them and is their reality, and they can no longer listen to logic or reason.
QAnon.
So
Shout out QAnon.
right? So that's, I feel like the big theme here. Although, right, we're getting this within this fictional sense. That's still the theme, is like when people believe in something so much that it's a reality.
Yeah.
And
of course they focus.
are you
it
all
on-
right over there? You're making a lot of grunty noises, I feel like.
He's losing.
He's
He's
losing a
losing.
game over there. Like,
He's
Uh,
losing, brother.
he's losing. You have a tough time over there. Yeah, you guys read the book. Did he?
Oh.
Why would you recommend Department of Truth?
Well, first of all,
Or
I
what
love.
did you love or hate about it? Is are you continuing this story?
Yes, I definitely want to. And I also want to read it again when we're not sitting here discussing a bunch of stuff at the same
Yeah.
time, because I feel like we're talking a lot while I was trying to read it, which we do often.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I come straight from work and I have to read these comics and then we're talking while we're doing it. And I feel like I feel like there's a lot of really smart dialogue and really like just I feel like that if I really read it when I was like paying attention better,
Yeah.
that I would be like, oh damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of parts in it that blew my mind, and then I was like, why that blew my mind? I don't remember what I just read, but that's also the ADHD.
Yeah, that's a thing.
But I did love, I loved the art, and I loved the lettering, and the pace of it and everything. And then
Yeah,
I
the art's
love the
beautiful.
flashback scene when he's at the Flat Earthers conference, and it's all like typewriter script, because it's like he's almost like
reporting it.
but it's a memory. I love that. I love
Yeah, very interesting paneling
the paneling is really cool.
in this
And
book.
I'm just also super interested in the concept of it. It's very cool, and very cool twist at the end. We love a good twist.
Good, what a twist! Yeah,
And of course we're going to use, one of the biggest fringe theories, conspiracy theories, the assassination of JFK. Also something that's not just political because that he was the president, but deeply political because of the CIA and
Mhm.
all the moving parts. Of course we're going to use that as like our base. And
Yeah.
also in that sense reminded me of Umbrella Academy. So it's interesting that Sparrow Academy came out this week too, because they do use Dallas and the assassination and that conspiracy theory to talk about political issues, and also just talk about their story. So it's interesting that they came out.
Ty, you're a huge James Tinian guy.
Yes.
We love Tinian.
You love Tinian.
And he'd be pumping them out.
Yeah, he was famously of the woods. There's something killing the children. This
Nice House on the Lake.
Nice House on the
Mhm.
Lake. Why should people read The Department of Truth, in your opinion?
I mean, look.
I mean, you've already moved past. You're into the story already.
I mean,
So I know you're into it.
Yeah, I mean, like I have this CGC. I have this sign.
Oh, do you?
Dude, yeah, I've been invested.
I
So
mean,
When did this come out?
this came out a while ago.
Yeah, Department of Truth.
Yeah,
Let's find out together.
Oh, you have the trade.
I have the trade.
I have trades 1, 2, and 3.
What the hell?
Yeah, and then there's like, isn't there like a deluxe hardcover one that's got like a bunch of dossier
Oh, I'm sure.
files.
I remember this comic now.
Yeah.
Once he said dossier,
There's a
that
dossier.
one, I remember.
So they do like, Boom Studios always cranks out like exclusive covers. So like, I'll never forget. I was working at the shop at the time, and for the issue number 1 of Department of Truth, if you bought the 1 of 100 variant, it looked like the lady in the red dress in the woods, like the same issue as issue number 1 for Something Killing the Children. And for Something Killing the Children, issue number 11.
2021, by the way.
2021? Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That tracks. I was working at
Yeah.
the shop.
There's a trade that just came out in January of this year, by the way.
Oh,
too.
nice.
Yeah, issue volume 5.
Volume 5, that makes sense. Issue number 11 of Something Killing Children looks like issue number 1 of this cover. And it was a 1 of 100 variant. I have it signed by Martin Simmons and James Tinian at a 9.8. But what's cool about this too, I was telling Pablo, there is a secret variant for number 1. I don't know if it's a secret variant or like a 1 of 10. Instead of the cover that you see, it's JFK on the cover.
Yeah.
Which is the cover of the
Right, but it's like more of him.
Oh,
More
okay.
of them.
Yeah.
Which I love like that JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when I came in today and I saw that laying there, because I thought you said Orwell, and I thought we were reading that book, and I was like, oh yeah, I read that. And then but I saw that one and I was like, oh, we're getting into it.
Yeah.
We're getting into it.
Well, like, look, if you're into history, if you're into alternative history, if you're into really good artwork and storytelling, this is
it's
definitely a book you can pick up. And like
it's
you said,
like
it's issue number 1.
abstracty, experimentally psychedelic, in like it's not traditional
Right.
comic book art or paneling. It's very much its own thing.
It's its own thing. And like, look, I know people out there. I know you're all watching your little murder documentaries, podcasts.
You're a true crime
You're a
person.
true
yeah.
crime person. This is for you.
Yeah, I agree. I would say that for
Like
sure.
this is like the easiest gateway
in the
comic
comic.
you can get.
This is
Especially
the
with,
comic
like-
for the true crime junkie in your life.
No, true. And especially with James helming this, 100% you're going to get into comics.
James Tinian of Tiny Onion.
Yeah.
James Tinian. We need to say that probably. We fall into Tinian, but it's Tinian.
I know. You were the one saying it.
All right, okay,
you
all
also-
right.
I
No
get
one
it.
else said Tinian.
Tinian. James
also-
I might have said
Tinian, sorry.
Tinian.
You also
Yeah.
kept saying Martin Simmons.
Simmons?
Simons. It's
Simons.
Simmons. There's a D.
The Simmons.
I corrected you, but you still said
Simmons,
Simmons. And I was like,
uh,
all right, Simons. You kept saying Simons, and I was like, all right, just gonna go with it.
Yeah. James Tinian,
Yes.
acclaimed comic book writer at this point,
Hence,
has his own
Tiny
Onion.
Onion.
has his own company, Tiny Onion, who is churning out some comic book gold.
Bangers.
Bangers after bangers after bangers. And Martin Simons.
You know what's fun? I met him in Vegas at the Las Vegas Comic Con, and I handed him a comic. I'm like, "Oh, can you sign this?" It was a comic I got for being part of the Tiny Onion Club,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Where did you get this?" And I'm like, "I got it from the program." And he goes, "This was a print I did. I didn't know they made it into a comic cover print, official comic cover print." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it was exclusive to."
You broke news to Martin Simons.
Yeah, so he was like stoked. He goes, "Yeah, I'll sign this." I was like, "Thanks, man."
Dope. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm gonna just say read it because it's something that is relevant and topical, and it is beautiful. It is like a really interestingly weird. Yeah, if you're into fringe theories, can't recommend it enough. That's our show, I think. Do we have anything else that we're pushing and plugging?
Just our event.
Hey, just our event, actually.
Oh yeah, get that post up.
Yeah. I should get this in my. So this Friday,
What the
Once-
fuck was that?
I got a lot of stuff in here. Look, I got a lot. This Friday.
Hey, I don't want to see all that stuff.
This Friday, we will be in Long Beach, California. We will be out there with Alfred Banks, Nathan Haskell. They will be performing some of the finest. You can go watch Nathan Haskell run his mouth. This may be his last performance.
What?
Yeah, this could be it for Nathan.
Don't
This
shut
could,
up.
if you don't show up, this
He
could be
might
his last
quit.
performance. Alfred Banks, if you don't know who he is of Saks Kicks Avenue, I promise you, Alfred Banks will. I have all the confidence in this man. He is going to be the next big thing in hip hop. Everybody will know who this man is in about a year. He is good human, great music. He's going to be out here in Long Beach. Yeah, we're going to be chopping it up. Allison Teagues is going to be doing some live art. We're going to be doing some Friday the 13th inspired
Tattoos.
art. I
I'll
don't
bring my
think,
gun.
I don't. It is Friday
I'm
the
not
13th.
doing that.
We didn't lean into the Friday the 13th thing far enough,
Oh, I will.
but I will have some VHSs just playing some stuff. We're giving out comics. Oh shit, that's what I needed to do. We're giving out comic books. Let me wrap it up. So until next time, thanks. For the audio podcast, because it may not make sense. But we are giving out comics. All right, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna give out a few comic books. So they're gonna have a free raffle. Just by going to the show, we're gonna give you a ticket. You're gonna be entered into raffle. I don't know if we're gonna do it digitally as well. And you're gonna have the opportunity to win a couple things. I got this Wonder Woman Dead Earth signed by Daniel Warren Johnson. He not only signed it, he sketched a little Diana Prince right on the inside. Beautiful hardcover Wonder Woman Scorched Earth, drawn, written by Daniel Warren Johnson. One of the best creators, one of my favorite creators in the game doing it right now. If you're a fan of Transformers, this is relevant because Nathan's original rapper name was a weird Transformers sort of.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was Soundwave or something like that. So I was like, okay, we need to do this once more. Signed by Daniel Warren Johnson. This is an Eisner winning. I know, crazy. Transformers won an Eisner. Eisner winning creator, artist, Daniel Warren Johnson signed this copy of his book. I don't want to open it too much because it's a nice trade. I don't want to compromise the integrity of the spine. We're going to be giving this out. This is part of a free raffle. You'll just be entered by just coming to the show. We're just going to be giving comic books away, signed, and it's got a little sketch by Daniel Warren Johnson. Another Daniel Warren Johnson thing, The Moon is Following Us, #1. This is a kind of an acclaimed book out there right now. Signed, this is issue 1. This is the first printing. Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rosomo, Mike Spicer, signed by Daniel Warren Johnson. We're going to throw this in a comic capsule, and it's just going to be a free raffle for just coming to the show. Okay. This is the other ones we're going to give away, but these are going to be this is going to be an actual raffle, and you're going to buy a ticket for this. 2 things: Hyde Street, signed by Jeff Johns and Danny Mickey, who is the inker on this book. Jeff Johns, a titan of the industry. Hyde Street, if you're a fan of any Rod Sterling show, if you're a fan of Twilight Zone, Night Gallery, anything of that nature, those cautionary tales, Hyde Street is part of his unnamed universe through Ghost Machine Comics. We're going to be selling raffle tickets for this. Once more, all the proceeds for the raffle tickets, we're going to donate either to the ACLU or another foundation that is helping cover legal costs for undocumented migrants right now. So this is a big cause. More than likely, it's going to go to the ACLU or just anybody else needing that coverage. So we're going to give all this is all going to a good cause. So Hyde Street, number 1, we're going to auction it off in this comic capsule. We will kind of reveal how much it is for tickets at the show. This is the big one. This is the one that people are going to win. There's only 45 copies of this. This is a certificate of authenticity. You had to have gone to the Golden Apple 45-year anniversary event to have gotten one of these foil covers of Absolute Batman number 1, signed by the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Miller. There are only 45 of this cover, this signature, this certificate of authenticity in existence. We're going to raffle this off at the show. Once more, all the proceeds are going to go to a good cause, helping undocumented migrants out there that need legal help. We're going to just donate anything that we get from that raffle to those causes right there. More information for this at the show. This is a big one, right? This is a big deal. Once more, only 45 of these in existence. Come and get. June 13th. Que Sera in Long Beach. Myself, Diddy, Ty, Tommy, Jeff will be there. Adrian might be there in a fake mustache. We're not sure yet. We're going to be doing the damn thing. We're going to be listening to some good ass hip hop. We're going to be watching Allison Teague's ridiculously fucking talented artist. Again, do some fun Friday the 13th shit. I'm going to bring a TV. We're going to watch some Friday the 13th on a VHS style fucking CRT TV. And we're going to drink.
Come have a beer. Period.
We'll be there. You better be there. Or be square. What are you mumbling under your breath over there? What are you saying? Are you still playing Cash
He's playing
Crush?
the game.
Okay. This guy.
Get ready for teenagers, Pablo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This has been an experience. Until next
You're
time,
a
y'all.
freaking model
Look.
teenager over here.
Be kind. Do the right thing. Read comics. And may all of your issues be comic books. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantasies of God, fantasies